Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Search Yourself podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to give a quick intro to this episode real quick because this is going to be our season finale of season 3. It was really good season. I was really proud of the work that we did. We put out like 12 to 16 episodes maybe. So I just wanted to come on and say that real quick because it's a very good episode, and I felt that this would be. It's really long, but it's jam packed with information and insight and laughs and good times and stories. Our guest today has a very jam packed life and story. He's got a really good story, and he's one of the best creators I know. One of the most biggest contributors to the Denver comedy scene that I know, and to he's one of the best videographers and photographers in the scene, and I was very happy to have a chance to talk with him today. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to take a little break from the pod for a little bit, just because you can tell I'm very out of practice right now. I've done a very lazy lighting setup today, but I'm very out of practice. I've taken a little bit of a break from recording, and I'm going to continue to record episodes in these upcoming weeks. But for the most part, I just really want to focus on some other projects, and products as well. I'm making some products, but yeah, I think my time and my attention are going to be kind of divided. So I'm going to take a little break from the pod. But we'll be back. We'll be back with the changing of the seasons, and I'm going to continue to record episodes at my leisure. And then when we pick a time that we can, really buckle down and edit some of these, I'll start putting out more episodes again some days soon. So, by the way, I'm wearing my Sunday slippers. Hope you can appreciate. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for another great season of the podcast, and please enjoy and help me welcome my guest for today, Nick Holmby, right? Sick, yeah, it should be going. Cool, yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Dude, how have you been?
Press a plus button on here. Does that matter? Check.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I don't have them plugged into the USB. It should all just be going through the Zoom.
Cool.
So yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, how was your holiday season?
Good, dude. It was busy. I got sick. I got pretty sick. I think
Yeah.
we usually take like a couple weeks off at the end of the year to like regroup, restructure, kind of reflect, and then plan. But we landed a couple comedy specials, and dude, it was like
Yeah.
I'm already working. May as well keep working.
Yeah.
And loaded up a little too much at the end of the year, so I got pretty burnt out and got pretty sick last week, dude. So
yeah, I feel that.
you had to cancel this pod Sunday. Thank God, because Sunday was rough until I slept all day, and
Yeah.
at night I felt like a new man.
Yeah, sometimes that's just what you gotta do, you know?
So
One of my questions was how you, how often do you experience burnout? And then, how do you deal with that?
dude, have you ever had burnout?
I just recently kind of was feeling like I was burnt out.
You
where
know,
I'm overwhelmed and I can't possibly accomplish everything that I have in front of me today,
It does feel like I grew up saying I was anxious or something. Never knew what anxiety was until I stopped seeing a therapist, and ended up pandemic happens, whatever. I got my first burnout a few years ago during Christmas time. That's why I'm big on taking that holiday time off.
Yeah.
Got burnout so bad where I told all my clients, I'm like, I'm not looking at this for 2 weeks. Everyone's turnaround. My turnaround was so fast all the time.
Yeah.
That people got used to
You
it.
set that bar. You set that standard.
They took advantage of it. So I'm big on not doing that anymore. Kind of having a timeline that's a lot more realistic for like my team and I.
Yeah.
That, man, I think every year around November I get a little burnt out because we're always just go, go, go.
Yes.
And especially now that we have the studio, like it's a fun hangout. It's a cool hang.
Yeah.
So we're there all the time. So it's easier for me to just be in the space and being like, I got to get out of here. But I hit burnout this year pretty early around September. I think we're always trying to up ourselves, and we had so many comedy specials last year, so we wanted to up that, add more and more. And I just, man, once November, Jacob, I don't know if he's ever had burnout, but some of his, like both of us were just slacking on some things, and we both had our hands full. Like we have a to-do list every day, and we kind of mark off when we can, things are ready to go, blah, 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 and it just kept adding up.
Yeah.
And man, I hit it hard in November, and then I had to pace myself and kind of let some people know, like, hey, it's going to take a little bit. Literally record companies like 800 Pound Gorilla, Blonde Medicine, all of them being like, hey, I'm going to get to it when I get to it, but it's piled on right now.
These were some of your clients, were those guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
like a lot of these guys love to just be like, hey, can we get this soon? Because
Yeah.
again, they're used to our work.
Of course, yeah.
And it's like, nope, we don't do that anymore. But also they want things last minute. It's in our industry, dude, you know, the creative industry.
Yeah.
People want things so last minute that it's like, you can't cater to everyone.
No.
And my business coach was someone who was like, you got to stop or you're going to get burnt out. And it became such a thing
Yeah.
that now I have to like be a little more selfish about our time.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't say it's selfish, but not being so, I mean,
You got to prioritize.
easy, yeah, not being so easy for everyone, like access.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like we just manifested a lot, I think. And I think we have huge plans for the next year that are motivating me not to be burnt out anymore. Literally just getting sick and taking those few days off.
Yeah.
And then I did 50 first jokes. I photographed it the night. I felt like better. And I felt good. Like got photos done. Haven't sent them out yet because I don't want them to like be ready for everything right away again.
Yeah, totally.
But just like sitting on for a few days and then sending them out. Just chilling, kind of prioritizing one thing at a time. Every day I tell myself not just one thing at a time, whether I'm setting up for a show or whether I'm like on my way here and then traffic hits. So then I'm a few minutes late and I'm like, okay, just one thing at a time.
Yeah.
It's all gonna, it's nothing you can control.
Yeah. You got that drive that makes you want to get everything done.
Dude.
Like,
Yes.
cause like, do you have trouble relaxing if you have stuff on the back burner?
You know,
like,
dude, you know what? Al Jackson and I just talked about it, how like we can't enjoy vacation because we feel like we have to be working.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I mean,
totally get that.
I have PTSD from like even Comedy Works. I went on vacation and I got fired the day after I got back. They had me work a Sunday, a church thing, and then they fired me the next day.
When were you working for them?
I was there from 2017 to 2021.
Oh wow, doing
managing.
Managing.
Yeah. I managed both clubs and then also got into photography. Weirdly, like I hated photography class in high school. Did photography here and there, whatever.
Yeah.
Like some street photography stuff. And then Bob Saget, his feature had a camera. And this is before clips were huge. This is like 2018. This is when they want photos.
That's so interesting to think about how that was a long time ago, but it doesn't feel that long ago.
It doesn't, dude. 2020 feels like,
went,
especially when the presidency, the way it's happened, it just feels like we're still there.
Yeah, totally.
So like I still put in some of our shows, some of like people request masks, or so we have like a handful of masks in our studio ready for people. But yeah, Bob Saget was like, hey, my feature got sick and they're at the condo. Can you take photos on stage? So they gave me their really nice camera. And I was like,
you remember what it was?
It was a Canon. I couldn't tell you what it was. It was like, I can tell you exactly what the Canon camera was, but it was like the big white lens that I have now.
Yeah.
Heavy as hell. Took some photos, went to the office while I was managing, like editing for them, like getting them right away. And he was so pumped about it. He posted that night and he was like, you should do this more often. So I did it more often. I ended up using a camera my dad got for me in high school from like 10 years prior. And then, like they're as good as I could get with it. And then that's where I thought I could take everything on at once, like doing so many things and multitasking so much. Like burnout has really pushed me into being like, you got to do one thing at a time, dude.
Yeah.
Like I will go downstairs, I'll be doing something, and I'll run upstairs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, what did I come up here for? What am I
Yeah.
doing again? Then I go downstairs to do something else, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing that.
Do you have
Then I was
those
also doing
ADHD symptoms a lot?
Dude, I never had it until probably starting this business. Like,
Yeah, the camera stuff, like
Dude.
there's so many things you got to remember. And
settings, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Lighting.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, and if you forget one of them, then you're like, fuck. Like it might
yeah.
fuck with your whole thing. Like,
yeah. I mean, that videography too. Like we might
Yeah.
forget to press something, or we might forget to like plug something in. It's like, oh shit, gotta go do it.
Especially with the specials too. Like there's probably so many parts that have to
Man.
get plugged in.
For the prices people pay, like podcasts, we've like maybe not plugged a camera in, so it died halfway through.
Yeah.
Or like record a podcast but not press record.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've making those mistakes though makes you so much better because you learn things.
Yes.
Like I will say we just on the special, and I myself screwed up so badly that it's a lesson learned I'll never forget.
Oh man.
That I'm working around right now that I'm hopefully gonna figure out. Kind of a special, kind of not special, but kind of a special.
Yeah.
And it was a low budget, so like it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like if there was anything it happened with, I'm glad it happened on this one. However, like I know looking back in that moment, it was when I was doing 20 things at once, and I just I formatted the wrong thing essentially.
Okay.
Luckily I do multicam stuff, so I have stuff, but
You formatted a camera wrong and it erased your card.
I basically formatted camera A and camera B, for 2 shows for another comedy special, and I mislabeled them because I was doing too many things at once in the studio.
Oh, interesting.
So luckily I have other cameras, but they're not the A and B cam,
Right.
which sucks. So I think they'll still get their clips, they'll still get their special out. Like we still have the audio. Thank
Sure.
God. We even had a comedy special, dude, where the power went out in the middle of the night, and
In the middle of the show?
the middle of the night, like
Oh.
everything was rendered, everything was done, but the power of my old studio went out. Came in the next day to start editing something. All the audio on the show that was like we recorded 4 or 5 shows,
Yeah.
but the bulk of the show they wanted, like 80-90% of the show, the audio from that show corrupted. Only the audio from that show. So
Just because it was plugged in during the power outage?
I've talked to so many experts who are like, yeah, dude, like freak accidents, like there could be a little surge that'll hit a certain file, hit a certain thing. Nothing else happened. A couple other things got corrupted of like old projects that were backups of things we've done here and there or something. But yeah, dude, the audio.
Oh no. Oh no.
That is when like anxiety times a million hits.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because
And-
then you got to figure out what to do. You got to tell them.
Dude, we figured it out. Their manager, the comic, the manager, the record label were like, we had no idea. Like that was like a crash course in audio editing. Luckily we had backups. Basically we set up audio. Blonde Medicine, man. I've learned so much through those guys of like how to set up audio and having so many sources of audio. Like we just filmed the special on New Year's Eve, and the special before that I think we had 12 channels of audio full, like 12 channels of audio.
Just
all
as many
around.
mics as you can fit.
Because man, that one where the files went corrupted, we ended up using the backup audio from. I was like, we're not going to use these at all, but we ended up using them.
Oh wow.
And a lot of editing and a lot of spending time, like kind of. I ended up being the first project where the comic and the manager been like, hey, what's the update? And as soon as you get that, it's like you're not getting it when you expected it.
Yeah.
So let me go. Yeah, that sucked, man. That was. I mean, now I feel like we're so in tune with video and audio and photo editing and all these things that I look back at old projects and be like, man, I wish I knew that sooner.
Yeah.
Like Adam Kane Holland he finished his special last year, whatever, but he sold it to 800 Pound Gorilla.
The one at the lair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily, I mean, the hard drive, I've been learning a lot. Like we're like 3 years into our studio, like our new studio, like we're 3 years total with an actual space. So I'm learning hard drives fail after a few years. I ended up paying some random Russian guy and like basically found him. He met me at a building, gave him my hard drive, and he's like, yeah, it'll be $2,000. I'm like, dude, I have to, because it has a lot of projects that paid more than that. So like, I can't give them all back their money. So it's like, yeah, I'll lose a couple thousand. Like overall,
There's
I lost
no way
a
it
few
costs
thousand.
that much to restore it.
I went to a few different places and they couldn't do anything, but this guy got everything for me. What? Everything. So yeah, it was like $2,500 I spent to restore a hard drive. And I mean, for some reason, the two major projects I needed, I didn't back up anywhere else.
Yeah.
Whether it was on the cloud or another hard drive, whatever. So I learned quickly, dude, like back everything up so many times. Even our extra SSD cards or extra hard drives, whatever we have, we're backing things up. As soon as we render it, we back it up. We back it up. We back it up.
When you say you're rendering it, like, because when I do a render, it's in DaVinci and it's done. When it's rendered.
So yeah. So are you editing
before that?
Are you editing in DaVinci?
DaVinci and Adobe.
So I could probably learn about DaVinci from you. So I color correct in DaVinci, then I throw I throw it in Final Cut.
Oh, wait, what?
I color correct in DaVinci, then I throw it into Final Cut.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my workflow is so fast. I literally edited a special last night in one night because I'm so fast. But DaVinci would take me a couple weeks to like figure out here and there. I color correct like a madman on DaVinci.
Yeah.
Literally color corrects a whole wedding, all the footage, like 180 video files today.
Yeah.
But when it comes to editing on timeline, I have no clue what I'm doing. I can clip, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, same with I've found that DaVinci is great for color coding, but then Adobe I'm faster at cutting.
Yeah, see, we have every program ever. Even CapCut. I had to do a quick project for some like comedy shows, and the way that like when you like look at Adobe, when you sync audio and video, it keeps your file stacked.
Yeah.
Whereas Final Cut, you have to create one file with it, so you can't edit after you sync it. Yeah, it's so annoying.
Oh.
So then I don't know how to run Adobe. To me, it's just a little too like I've been doing Final Cut since I was like 14, so I'm just so used to that.
Sure.
And then Adobe is like trying to learn how to launch a rocket overnight. And then CapCut's very easy, so it'll synchronize the way I need it to. And did the whole award show for CityCast with like 4 cams and like put things together in like one night. It was just easy that way. But
wow.
I mean, I'd love to learn Adobe. Adobe was always behind everyone else, but now I feel like they're so far ahead with their captions.
I don't like their captions.
Dude, Final Cut only does like the small little white letters at the bottom. You can't change the fonts. You can't do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So like you can customize more in that sense, but like the way everything that I caption like a clip, like I use TikTok or Instagram edits.
Everyone should, dude. Like captions, we don't.
It's so easy.
We don't caption anyone's clips anymore. We'll clip their subject form, but people are so particular in their fonts and this and that. Where we're telling people like, do your fonts through the app because you're gonna get more views through there.
Yeah.
But we're not like gurus. We look up what we look up. People tell us this and that. However, we also just hate doing captions.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
so annoying going through and be like, oh, they spelled that name wrong.
Yeah.
I'll have clients being like, oh, like we used to have like our intern do them, or like Jake would do them, and clients would be like, hey, they spelled my name with an AY instead of EY, and it's
stuff like that. It's so annoying.
I think the process of clips gets people in a lazy mode of being like, oh, this is 20 clips, let's just export and not look over anything. So
oh man, yeah, especially with that many that you're doing. Like,
I don't like AI. I don't like how it like when the cams follow the head when they're moving. I don't like.
Oh, you don't like that?
I don't like when captions flying. Like, yeah, I'm in a Rocket Money commercial right now that annoys the crap out of me because
I know I saw you on it on a commercial.
I hate how they. I get it. It's the workflow. It's fast, whatever. But I hate when the audio, like sometimes they'll have a sound effect come in and it'll lower our audio. Like imagine this. It just I don't like the way. I hate it, dude. It just, the workflow just seems so AI now. I feel like I can spot AI like that because
really?
I watch so many videos and I like zoom in and the pixelations and like seeing if the hair, making sure like literally the pores, making sure the pores are still good. I do use AI in some instances, like we do for automatic podcast editing, for multicam stuff, and then for captions if we have to. But other than that, like. AI will make things look so fake in terms of like whether you're getting rid of noise, it's just
AI for images, like altering image in any way is like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of like corrupts the integrity of it, I think.
Yeah.
But AI for workflow and for just boring shit that just takes up your time, then it's like, who cares?
Dude, we have a program that edits our podcast for us, and we have it
what is
down.
It called?
So it's called Autopod.
Okay.
So DaVinci has it now, but DaVinci. So I talked with the guys at Blackmagic, pretty regularly, and they were, yeah, they want sponsors, which rules.
That's sick.
Yeah,
you got 4 of them in your
I was
studio.
Jacob and I like looked at the list. They're like, yeah, let us know what you want to borrow, and you can just have it and then use it for a year, and then when you're done with it, send it back, and then we'll send you something new. Blah blah blah.
Whoa.
And we look at the list. We're like, we don't want anything. We kind of unfortunately purchase what we have.
Yeah.
Which
You
would have
have
saved
all
us
the
a
best
ton
shit.
of, dude. Would have saved us so much money.
Yeah.
Even a year ago. But however, there's still some stuff like Jacob's excited about that we want to try. There's still some stuff that I want to try, but like, really not worth anything we use. Like stationary cameras, we don't need something that's. We'll have a follow thing, but we don't follow focus. We don't need anything that's like that.
Okay.
Even when we make movies, like we don't have room for their equipment that they have. So
I do like the rail.
Yeah,
I like that. I want one of those.
I just filmed Luke Gaston special with that.
Nice.
Which unfortunately is one of the angles that corrupted.
Oh man.
Or not corrupted, but I formatted.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are so fun. Like we mess with it. Jacob, that's kind of been his role with our specials, is like putting that somewhere and figuring out how to make it.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yeah.
We're still I think we're still learning it, and it takes up so much room. And
Yeah,
I bought a big one just in case. But even just doing Luke's special with it, I learned so much through the app of like the timing and this like the speed, the timing, like all these different things, like the smoothness, how to get that going. But again, like equipment, dude, like we're all learning how to do it. And it's always changing. It's always changing.
Yeah, hardware and software, like it's always changing, and there's always something new that you can learn that you didn't even know like could save you a bunch of headaches.
And that plays in the burnout of like trying to figure out how to like learn, do, and succeed without like
right, yeah, because it's like you're
yourself.
doing so much that it's like I don't have time to like fuck around and like play with stuff and figure out if I could do it better. Like you just got to keep going. Like
I told my therapist like a couple months back, it was back in November. I was like, honestly, if a pandemic happened again, I would be okay because I have a lot more to catch up with. Even just learning AI in general, like what could I do to automate things for marketing, whatever the sources are. Which we still don't market anything because we love the word of mouth stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But we have some big plans in the future. Like we have to learn that. So, man, if I could just get some time to just learn, dude, give me a month just to do nothing else but like YouTube tutorials and seminars. I did went to a social media seminar 2 weeks ago that was overly priced, but they were pretty like critical about our social media. So now I'm like kind of paused it to figure things out here and there. But like taking these classes, learn every little bit from, it was a creative side, but now it's business. So where I'm getting burnt out of like learning business, doing creative. Like I would see Jacob editing something and I'd get so jealous. And then so like going to comedy like festivals and like on the plane, editing something real quick, like having an excuse to have that time to just focus on one thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, dude, today I was rendering, color correcting some wedding footage, and then also exporting a comedy special, but also emails, and then also putting nails in the wall to hang something up. And man, like
there's a lot of waiting around too, because once you hit export, then you gotta let it do its thing. It's like, all right, well, what should I do while this is happening?
Dude, when you're waiting for stuff to render, and sometimes I'll purposely export a video in Final Cut but render footage on DaVinci at the same time, so it gives me an extra couple hours to go find something else to do, whether it's like mopping the floor in the showroom or cleaning the bathrooms, or going to Home
somebody's got to do that stuff.
Like the other day I was like, our toilet's too tiny in the new bathroom. The contractor put a too tiny toilet in it, so I'm like, I'm gonna go look at toilets at Home Depot. Then I don't end up buying anything because I'm like, I don't have time to put another toilet in. So it's like
that's like a whole thing, like,
dude. So I think November the burnout hit real hard because I was building out the basement in the studio, adding that wall. But then we have some musicians leasing out the sound booth we built. So like building all these things, but then also figuring out our strategy for business, but also editing and doing all these things for these record labels or these comics or these musicians or these clients that are like this wedding stuff. Like, man, like this wedding video should have been done a month ago, but we had so many things piled on to where it was kind of like, hey, can this be a little later? And they were so cool with it that I was like, thank God, dude.
Yeah, totally.
So
like this is all like pretty like, so you started in like 2018 was like kind of where you took off. with this?
With the photo stuff,
With
yeah.
photo stuff?
Like helping with marketing and at Comedy Works. And I just kind of gave them photos for a long time, gave comics photos and didn't think of anything, and like would help Photoshop flyers and posters for Comedy Works. And then they had a guy who'd edit sets, but they were taking too long. So I'd go in and fill in time on like Saturday mornings to go like catch up with sets. They were literally 2 years behind on sets. So yeah, dude, it was a nightmare there. So ended up taking a week of just editing their sets, of like catching up and like clearing out the hard drive for Comedy Works and like catching them up. And then I saw that guy got fired because he's behind on it, and they replaced me with him, and they didn't tell me that they were going to do that. So like that made me feel like shit because they let go of someone because I was filling in for him. So then in my head, I'm like, oh, wow, I have to be on top of everything because if I'm not, they're going to replace me.
Yeah.
So that's where like the buildup of like getting things done on time, getting things fast, getting things ready.
Yeah.
Like being in the Comedy Works manager's office till 2 a.m, 3 a.m, sometimes, like editing photos so they have the photos ready for the next day.
Were you hourly?
Yeah, thank God, because salary there is crap.
Yeah.
Salary, I mean,
I can't imagine.
I got offered salary and I turned it down because we would calculate with the GM of being like, damn, you only got paid that. Like, we got paid crap.
Yeah.
Seeing what Wendy pays herself and seeing what everyone, and seeing comics not getting paid, dog. And I immediately knew like I could do better than all this, and one day I'm going to.
Yes.
I throw Wendy ideas all the time, and she'd be like, "That's genius, but not right now." Like, I don't want to take credit for Don't Tell. However, that idea came up in 2018, and I was taking my final in college and sent her a long ass email. She goes, "I want ideas. I need ideas." Blah blah blah. In our manager meeting, she's like, "I want some refresh and some things." I'm like, "Man, we could film like." We just filmed the comedy special thing with Josh Blue or Chad Daniels or something like that at the South Club, and I was like, "Why are these companies making like $50,000-$60,000 to film a special when we could do that? Like, I'm a videographer. Like, I could do that for you. We have the sound equipment. We have these things." Oh yeah, it was Rocky Dale Davis filmed a special there, and I think I'm not going to name the company that came through, but they messed up all the audio. They ended up like duct taping on the South Club in the mezzanine, like duct taping boom mics, and it was so weird to where the next day I was like, we could be doing this and like doing it better.
Yeah.
But we can also she's like, we don't have time because we have comedy shows on the weekends and not every comic wants to film a special. I'm like, then we could film these specials in pop-up places, because there was a spot next door downtown that was open. It was just this vacant spot that ended up turning into like a thrift store. Now it's like the Stetson, the Western store. It's like right there in the corner of Larimer and 17th.
The Ariat.
Yep. So that space was open. I was like, we can turn that into a 100 person like B room, like a belly room.
Yeah, especially that.
And
place,
the showcases could be for specials for our YouTube channel, because Wendy wanted to build a YouTube channel. Bro. And I was like, but we also have the bar across the street I was pitching to them, like, maybe I'm seeing all these shows like doing the bar shows and rotating tap and all these things were happening. It's like, why can't we do things like that, but like film it for comics? Comics want really good tape. And another thing was like, Wendy, comics hate the tape from Comedy Works. It sucks. We have these, like, these 4K.
You pay $20
cameras,
for it, and it's a PZ camera, right?
So
it's essentially a security camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the worst camera.
There's no audio on the audience.
The video that I was taking on some of the clips that I was doing on my camera and vertically and stuff looked better than what they were putting out. And so when he's like, because she's like, I want to create a position for you. The whole thing kind of starts. She goes, I want to create a position for you, the way I created a position for Mike Rafferty at Comedy Works Entertainment, because Mike was a manager down in Tampa when it was in Tampa and Fort Collins. And then, but he couldn't manage anymore because he had kids. He's like, Wendy, I don't want to do this anymore. So she wanted to keep him on. So she made him this like Comedy Works Entertainment, like hooked him up to managing comics. So he's managing Josh Blue. I think he's managing a few comics.
Okay.
Wow. He's a great guy. Mike Rafferty rules. He taught me a lot about the business of comedy, the business of things behind the scenes. And man, Wendy ended up being like, yeah, do you want, like, I want to create a position. And I was like, I want to do this. And she goes, well, that wasn't what I had in mind. I want you to like kind of entail yourself with marketing. I want you to be on the side with marketing. And the marketing team was in the meeting, and the marketing team was kind of like, this is the trend to learn from Wendy. Is like, as soon as someone can do something better, then you're out. And I was warned that as a manager. They go, Nick, you should get out of here when we get out of here, because everyone's quitting. I was the last manager left during the pandemic. They go, you just got to get out of here, because the stuff you're doing now, do IDK is better, blah, blah, blah. And then I went on vacation. A week later, I was fired. Wendy kind of took it as like a screw you. And I was like, I don't like your idea. Here's my idea. And she was like, that's going to go nowhere. And now like it runs comedy. Don't Tell runs comedy.
I know, dude. There's still people who don't know what it is though, which blows my mind. Like I was listening to the Pete Holmes podcast.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, like been doing comedy for so long. And like one of his guests was like, yeah, I was doing a Don't Tell. And he's like, what's that?
Pete Holmes didn't know what Don't Tell is?
Like last year. Yeah. He didn't know. And I was like, it blew my mind. Cause I was like, this feels like huge to me. Yeah. But like, there's still people who like don't know what it is, you know?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of those bigger comics, like working with a lot of these guys and meeting a lot of these guys, that doesn't surprise me. They're in their own little world.
Yeah.
Basically they're in the world of, they have someone who writes for them. Mm-hmm. So they're doing the hard work, and they also have a manager who does the business side for them.
Yeah.
So
they just read ads and show up and perform.
They show up when they're told to show up. A lot of comics, I hand them a check. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to pay that much." I'm like, "Dude, what? How?" I'm so in like, I would never have a house cleaner. I would never have someone manage my money because I would have too much anxiety that things are going missing here and there or whatever. Yeah. Or even like, I like to know where my stuff is at.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of those guys are just, I don't even think they're comedy fans. I think they're in it because they're good comedy writers who are now doing stand-up and realizing they get paid more to do stand-up, so they pay someone else to write for them. I mean, we have a lot of Denver comics who are amazing and write for these guys. You know what I mean? So
wow.
Or we've seen some of these people steal jokes from some of these local comics. The amount of times I would manage a show and people come to me and be like, that opener and feature was so much funnier than the headliner. I'd be like, yeah, dude, they're amazing. John Novosad every single time.
Bro, it's because like we work our asses off and like we care, you know, and like a lot of the big guys, like they get big and they get lazy. They're like, I can just show up and goof off and like people will love it, and it's like you still gotta sweat. Like you still gotta like,
and that's kind of like, no offense to like the roast battle stuff, but I see a lot of comics kind of like, I think it could work on, like, it helps your comedy and what else, I don't know, but I guess I'm old school, and David Bory and I all the time at breakfast would be like, the fucking roast battle, dude. Like, you don't see these comics working their ass off, either going to these mics or doing all these, trying to get on all these other shows. Like, if someone asks to get on a show at the studio or comes to the studio just to watch a show, I'm going to put you on a show.
Yeah.
George Delgado, dude, he always stops. You're like, we got 5 minutes, dude. You want 5 to 7? You want 10, whatever?
Yep.
But all these comics are like,
I'm hot shit.
Asking me when we're going to get the roast in the studio. It's like, dude, I don't. Like, I don't. Like,
yeah.
And of course, like, we don't have the space for it because like, we need a bar and all that. But like, even times where they're looking for a new place, like, I don't. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
We love it. Like, I think the roast battle is great. I think it's funny. I love the people who run it. I love the people that do it, whatever. I think everyone who does it is funny. But, like,
it's not what you're going for.
Get some time, dude. Like, come do 5 minutes and, like, work out some material. We have a room where it's easy to work out because you have, like, 60 to 70 people in there.
Yeah, totally.
It's not the comedy works. It's not the underground. It's whatever. But,
yeah.
Like, it's, like, and Denver is such a smart community. Mm-hmm. Like, the fans... the comics, they're so damn smart that like that's why the comics here are so good. Like, they work their ass off. But look at the comics who are doing the roast and look at the comics who aren't doing the roast. No offense to ones who aren't doing the roast, but they're not working as much as the comics who aren't doing it. They're not traveling as much as possible. They're not asking to get on. The only comics that ask to get on our shows, they don't do the roast. You know what I mean? So I wish everyone would do both.
Yeah.
I wish everyone would do both. But
yeah,
from my perspective, it seems like they're focused on one or the other. And it's like, man.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, when I see a comic host the roast, I'm like, that's awesome. Because they're still doing roasts as the judges.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
So, like, that rules. And
yeah, sometimes, yeah, if you got too much of those eggs in that basket, then like it takes up a lot of your attention. And and it gets, that also gets comfortable because you're like, well, I'm booked. Like, I get to do the roast battle. And it's like, well, there's other baskets to put your eggs in. So
I mean, we'll have Austin comics come to the studio sometimes. Like, yeah, we have done stuff at the Mothership, this and that, but what they did was a roast.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, come. I mean, you're asking for it. Come down and run your own show in the studio.
Yeah.
Dog.
The jokes.
No one. Or it's like people. I've never had people leave my show early except for like the Austin comics coming through and doing stand up, and it's like, dog.
Oh man, well they're in their own bubble over there where like it's a feedback loop
Yep.
of like, and I feel like they kind of burnt the fuse a little bit on like that shock comedy that like,
Yeah.
because like I don't know, stopped watching Kill Tony like a long time ago because I'm like, I don't know, I feel like it just kind of peaked in my opinion, and like I'm like kind of just like okay, like whatever, like, and it just kind of, I feel like it just supports, because that's not what like the working comics, like that's it's long sets and it's keeping their attention for a long period of time and adapting to multiple different kinds of rooms, multiple different kinds of audiences. And if you're tailoring yourself and trying to come up with jokes as what and your only mindset is like, what will this, how can I make this audience laugh in 1 minute, and I have to outshine every other comic that's on the show, like your material is going to suffer, because that's not what most audiences are.
Exactly.
You know?
Dude, I've worked with plenty of those Kill Tony comics that are regulars who go to the Paramount and they do their thing.
Yeah.
And their material, they can't headline a room for 30 minutes, let alone 20 minutes, because they're used to these like quick little 3-minute things. They don't know what they're doing. They're going to pace around the stage.
Yeah.
Not going to name names. We know who they look like and who they are. They're going to pace around. They're going to say random shit. They have their little spiel. They have their little thing, their little quip they do on Kill Tony that gets the crowd going. But like, Kill Tony fans aren't smart. And I have some of my best friends are Kill Tony fans, dude. But they're like, have you seen this guy? I'm like,
dude,
yeah, you saw 3 minutes or whatever, how long it is now, 30 seconds was like,
well, dude, and like also like depending on the market, like a lot of people, that's the only source of comedy that they have, as far as like who's new and up and coming. And that's why I love looking at like your shows and like some of the other shows in Denver and Fort Collins, like the people that they're booking, like the Fort and stuff. I'm talking to my guy that I book with, and I'm like, we should be booking these people, but it's like the not network, the what am I trying to say? Like the niche, like the audiences that we're trying to book for, they don't like appreciate like the smart liberal stuff as much as I do. Man. Like they want the silly slapstick, like shock factor stuff, and it's like, all right, like okay.
I remember getting Sam Morrill. We got Sam Morrill at Comedy Works, and Wendy like refused to put him anywhere, like downtown, anything. Like he's a downtown comp, he should be there for a weekend. She's like, no, I've never heard of him. No offense, like dude. Got him to the South Club, he crushed. He crushed so hard. And my staff, we ended up, someone dropped out. He did like a Thursday night, only a Thursday night. Whoever the comic was, I forget who it was. They dropped out for Friday and Saturday. We ended up getting Sam downtown because he killed it so hard. We pushed tickets so hard, like personally, like we ended up like going and giving out free the little vouchers, like the little business cards Converse give you. We signed people up for their birthdays to get free tickets to the show, dude. Filled up the South Club, got him downtown. All of our South Club staff went and watched Sam just crush because they couldn't sell, like a lot of whoever canceled, I think like a lot of refunds or something happened. So like we had to do a lot more, like a lot of free tickets downtown. Crushed again, and now he's one of the biggest comics around. He gets on Joker. He gets like He's one of the first comics who did specials during the pandemic. And I remember him talking about like putting the drone up illegally and getting this drone shot during a special. And they did like an outdoor special. Like that's like as a film, like, as a film guy, and like we always want to do something like that.
When he was doing the rooftop shows and stuff.
But then he talks about it, he's like, it's a nightmare. It fucking sucks. So then it's like we have to come back and be like, okay, we don't want to do that, but we still want to kind of. But he was the coolest guy, dude. He was hung out with him a little bit during the pandemic. Like our partners ended up being friends, and we hung out here and there, and he's just the coolest guy. Like those New York comics, they work their ass off. They know how to give feedback. When someone asks a good comic, like, what did you think? What could I do better? Those are the guys who are like, dude, your delivery here, add this, do this. Like these are the comics that love to know that they're respected in the sense that they're being asked to give feedback, being asked for advice. Like they're so humble still. And man, a lot of those guys who don't know about, they don't tell us, don't know about these things, they would never in a million years. So a lot of those guys, Pete, for instance, won't let anyone in the green room. Like I think it might be different now, I don't know, but like they wouldn't let anyone in the green room because they just want to hang out by themselves, whatever, cool. But like it sucks for you because you don't get time with that comic because you want to ask the advice, you want to ask for whatever.
Yeah, I saw him 1 or 2 years ago. I made him a postcard and I gave it to Ashley, and I was like, "Can you give this to Pete for me?"
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, I feel like I have like we have like the eye for those comics where it's like, and there's some of them that we know that it's like Hannah Jones and BK, where I'm like, dude, they are so cool that they take the time to do my little dinky show, because I know in like a couple of years they're gonna be so in demand, and like we won't be able to get them. Like, they're gonna be busy, like, and they're gonna be unreachable because every weekend is filled. And like just talking to those guys like that, where I'm like, you're on your way to the top, and like you still like you tell me what jokes you liked from my set, and like are happy to do my show and stuff. Like, I love that.
I mean, that's the thing about it, is like, there's so many times where I'll talk to some big comics who are like, they want to do these indie rooms that will do them in New York. They'll do them in these places.
Yeah.
Like Mark. So, like, who's one recently, without dropping too many names? There's a comic who just filmed the special for, and I was like, hey, what does it take to get you to like come to our room? Like, some of the money on your special can go towards ticket sales on that thing. And she goes, Comedy Works' deal. Like, I can't make 10 grand in a weekend anywhere else. I was like,
right.
Okay, well, I know my next venture, which we're working on now, is like a conversation from a month ago is now going to change my business in the next year. Because dude, I think that it shouldn't, business wise, I get it sometimes, but I'm not trying to get rich off comedy. I think comics should get as much time as it. Like, when someone goes to Austin, as much as I want to shit on Austin and their comedy, they can do 7 shows in one night. Yeah. You don't have someone saying, you're doing another show. No, then you're not doing my room type thing. Like, fuck that. I get it. I've had low selling shows because the comic was here for a month or 2 weeks and did every room in the town, and they're promoting, and we're on the bottom list, or
that makes sense.
Order of operations, but I think to get to the place where you can beat out competition that puts these limits and restrictions on it,
what are you going to do? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's talking about it a little bit. So I've never wanted to open up a club, because I just wanted this kind of belly room that someone can perform at somewhere and then come to our room for a quick little show. But I've always fought for comic pay at Comedy Works. The amount of times I got called the R word because I was like, we should pay comics more money, or even just pay them in general. Dude, the amount of times I got called the R word for that, I've literally had her personal assistant come up to me like, I'm so sorry. She's like, are you doing okay? I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't give a shit. This is a stepping stone for what I want to do. Yeah. But
did you always know that? Or
yeah. I mean, I went to Comedy Works because I quit corporate work, and I went back to college. I needed something to help pay for stuff. And ended up working my way up real fast, and ended up being the best job I probably ever had. As much as I could crap on the owner, I think that the staff, I loved the staff so much. I loved the comedy world. I'm more of a film and music guy, but like, I always loved comedy too. Yeah. But now that I was intertwined with comedy and like seeing some of my heroes, hating some of them now, but also loving some of the others, and like, it's
just kind of opened it up for you.
I love it, dude. So then the whole time I'm like, I could do this so much better. Yeah. Seeing how people get paid, seeing why people get paid, seeing where they get paid, seeing how businesses are ran, and this and that, and like,
you added so much value to the scene, dude, of your knowledge and your hustle.
And I mean, like, Cassie went from managing Comedy Works then she was managing the Cellar. Now she starts her own business, Sparks Presents, down in New York. So she's producing her own shows. Like, her and I calling each other and like picking each other's brains, and like, I love that stuff. And so I think being more involved in the comedy scene, and we're looking at a full-time like venue, and turning what we have now into more of a full-time studio to film, whether it's filming movies, filming shows, podcasts, putting all like the film stuff in the studio, and then creating a full-time event space. Wow. So building out a kitchen. Like, we have a chef, shout out to Chef Pat. Yep. He makes the best food for our shows. So we'd build out a kitchen, and we could actually like sell alcohol. We could get a license where we're at now, but like actually dealing with the process of licensing and permits at the last studio, and it almost killed me. Like, I'd rather have a plan to where things can be set up, and had a meeting yesterday with a place that I think is what we're hopefully going to do. Basically, we have to submit a business plan to a landlord. Landlord has to be like, okay, we want this here. Spoke to the landlord accidentally yesterday when I went to go show Jacob and Miriam the place, and the landlord was like, would love this.
Wow. Hell yeah.
So it's expensive as hell. I'm in more debt than I've ever been in my life. I'm not going to buy a house anytime soon. However, but I think it's something Denver needs.
Wow.
And I think it's something to be able to collaborate and start this. I'm tired of the competition. I hate when people are like shit talking each other behind the scenes.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's more of a like, creating something. I don't want to be the C, D, E, F option. I want to be the top tier option that doesn't limit anyone else, but picks up everyone else's shows. Like, oh yeah, fuck, Mark Norman's coming to town this weekend. Yo, if you want to come in a little bit earlier, there's an awesome Wednesday night show.
Yeah.
Do a secret spot there.
Dude.
Whereas like Comedy Works, dude.
We're going to be the destination.
Yeah. Comedy Works would wouldn't even try to get us to secretly record people. And that sucks. I remember the first time she asked me to do that, and I was like, what? She goes, yeah, put your phone in your pocket and go ask blah, blah, if they're doing another show. And I was like, what would happen if they are? They go, then they can pay for their hotel and they can pay for their flight and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Like,
She's that like
competitive
with other venues. Like,
yeah, it sucks. And I get it business wise. Like, you'd miss out on money if you go and see Mark Norman somewhere else. But dude, I grew up with music, going to see punk bands, going to see A Day to Remember It. And I remember seeing them in Parkway Drive and other bands like in Wyoming in like a school gymnasium with 30 people. I would see them in a laundromat. I saw A Day to Remember in a laundromat.
Wow.
In South Dakota.
Those are the best shows.
That had probably 40 people packed.
Yeah, dude.
In a laundromat, and now they're selling out like huge stadiums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, being able to tell someone you saw this comic in a space you never expected.
Yeah.
Is like my goal.
Yeah, I want something like that where it's like I saw. Do you remember like the Mutiny show in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Before it closed, like I went there in 2016, and I stayed up until midnight for when the tickets got released because I didn't want to miss out. So I was like, bye. And I went and I saw Ian Carmel there. I saw Mulaney there. Yeah. And he did bits I've never seen him do on any other special or anything like that. And that was just for us, like in that 40 room.
Yep.
It's like tiny and packed, and like literally like you could buy tickets, but like you could also buy like a comic book, and that was your entry. And that was dope. Like I'll never forget that.
Yeah. That's like that, like customization of it, of not having to do a 2-item minimum, like all these things. I'm not trying to get rich off of comedy. I'm trying to like add to the scene. I'm not trying to create anything. I'm trying to add to it, and I'm trying to put the sprinkles and the cherry on top. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I think that the underground is awesome. I think is cool. What Ben's got going is great.
Yeah.
I still think Comedy Works is great. I think it's an awesome room. I'll always recommend that.
Yeah. Are you gonna have an open mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A part of our business plan. I think Jacob talked about Sundays. We don't want to take comics or people away from other shows.
That's fair.
So literally, comics were saying like Wednesdays would be great, but it's like, oh, but ratio or something. We don't want to.
Sure. Yeah. Good point.
I think we're gonna have to get a little bit. I don't want to say competitive, like a little bit selfish in some ways or another. But like if comics are doing Wednesdays, and I'd rather do music on Wednesdays in the news place. You know what I mean? So multifaceted.
Sure. Yeah.
Live podcasts on Tuesday nights because again, New Talent Night at Comedy Works. We're not trying to take away anything. I mean, my baby was Thick Skin at Comedy Works. That was my baby.
Really?
So I would never want to take any audience or any comics away from that. But then if it's like, yeah, we're doing a show on Monday, then hop over to Thick Skin still. Like,
sure.
Go do time with Thick Skin.
Yeah.
Because you doing 10 minutes of Thick Skin isn't going to take away from your 45 at our place. You know what I mean? So
yeah, totally. That's exciting.
Yeah, dude. I think I'm very pumped for it. I'm very anxious, but I'm also very pumped. I think that we have a good thing going for it.
Yeah, totally.
But like, there's all the weird things of like payroll and actually like having
all that
15 employees doing something.
All that
here.
back end stuff. Yeah,
I'm big on keeping small teams. Like, we were gonna get hired for a comedy special recently, but they wanted like 20 people, and it was like, no, you'd save a lot more money if you used us, and like, because we usually have like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
you don't need 7 camera operators. You can have like you have your director, your producer on hand. Like we just added an executive producer who was a producer with Airbnb, like does commercial work with Lucasfilm and stuff. So adding these things here that can help us out grow in the long run has been helping out. Like, but Yeah, even like creating a space like that is multifaceted, like you can change for comedy specials. Like we're working with, we actually right before I showed up, had a meeting with the team. We landed a comedy special with Knotfest, the producers of the festival for Slipknot.
Whoa.
So like it's their first comedy special, but it's huge because their first it could be one of many.
Whoa.
So like working with the team that works with Slipknot is a dream. I'm a metal. Like, that's a dream come true. So us being able to like find these avenues that are different, and working with these like Blonde Medicine, love those guys so much because they're just so down to earth, and like we'll talk on the phone and bull crap about a special that just came out and compare or write notes. And I mean, working with the people you want to work with, I think you do that with not being selfish.
Yes.
And turnover rates. I remember being a manager being like, well, we got to give out we have to order more t-shirts because we literally had an employee show up one time, gave them a t-shirt, and they left during their first team meeting before the show because they're like, I just didn't want to be there anymore. All
right, well, give me that t-shirt back.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you got
that costs money.
Yeah. And Wendy charges them for the t-shirt. So like she still made her money back.
That's funny.
Yeah. So but like not being a moocher, dude. I want people to make money. I'd rather Chef Pat make his money on food. Like I don't make any money on his food that he sells in the studio. It's for him. I don't like when comics walk off stage, they're paid right away. Like I don't want this weird back and forth. Like when I'm getting paid, when is this happening? When is that happening?
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a crack. Something will happen. Like
sure.
Over managing things, whatever. But
yeah.
Just making sure that the comedy scene in Denver is just not being held back by some bullshit mileage rule or some like non-payment thing, you know?
Yeah, you saw it all on the back end, so like you know like what can be improved and what what other clubs are doing that maybe you're not constrained to that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Plus, like, I also got $25K taken out of my pocket because of Comedy Works recently. And then like, my business partner and I were in that meeting, and as soon as their managers, like the comics managers, like, well, we were told we can't work with IDK, like, and that sucks, and we would love to work somewhere else, but like this is the place they want to be at. And I was like, I don't blame you. I could have easily been like, dude, I know 20 other places we could go to. We should go to Rialto and Casper. That would be even more fun. We should go. We could go film at the saloon.
Yeah, hit me up, by the way. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be. That's on the list of places we'd love to film a special.
Have you been up there yet?
No, I wanted to. The only time I've been up to Casper, going back home because it's on my way home to Gillette. It's been like a weekday with nothing happening.
Yeah, I will say not a lot of outlets in that venue.
No. Well, I mean, I've just invested so much money into battery power for cameras, dude.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing is like, I don't gatekeep. If you were like, hey, what equipment do you have? I'll easily show you and tell you. Whereas like in our industry, dude, I've met a lot of photographers. Denver used to have like one comedy photographer. And I remember we're working with Thick Skin when he's like, back when she was like, I want this content. I want the YouTube to get up. I want all these things. So I ended up filming with one of my bartenders who kind of started doing IDK with me. We're like, yeah, we're going to film Thick Skin. We're going to film the tattoo contest. We're going to have photos. We're going to have a slideshow of the photos of the tattoos. We're going to actually film this thing, put it on YouTube. Like, it's going to be a thing. And the marketing would never post it. And I remember Wendy pulling me in and being like, where is everything going? And I was like, here's your drive. Here's everything. And Wendy being like, why is it not getting posted? And I was like, well, that's your marketing team. So that turns in her going, you should just be on the marketing team and do it. Which I hate posting stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But going back to that is like creating this thing for these shows and having these that people should see. Like, people should see these rooms, do these things.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was talking about in there, but like I just invested so much money into like all these things and like not gatekeeping. And oh yeah, the photographer, he's in the green room. The rule is only comps in the green room. Like, it was one of my big rules was that you're not allowed in the green room unless you're on the show. This isn't for some comic to skis their way in and do 5 to 10 minutes. We all know who that is.
Right.
Not some way for some fanboy just to hang out. Unless you're like the comic or someone that's been approved by the comic, like, you're not in there.
Yeah.
Like that green room at the downtown club was so small. You can't have some comic who's on the roster but not performing show up with his girlfriend because they love the guy. Like, wait after the show, that type thing. Right. We walk by, see this photographer hanging out in there, and I'm like, weird. Don't say anything, but I go and tell the manager, I'm like, hey, heads up, like, our rule, dude. Thick Skin's already got enough comics as it is. We don't need photographers hanging out in the green room too. And he comes up, he goes, who are you guys? I'm like, oh, we're I'm actually the manager, and like we're doing marketing stuff. Who are you? And he goes, the photographer. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't even think anything of it, but he like the way he acted all night. I'm like, I hate this.
He's a photographer for.
He was like photographing Comedy Works stuff sometimes.
Oh, okay.
He was a local guy. He like photographed some shows here and there, Grawlix, whatever.
Okay.
And then I kind of took over, and I remember doing a secret show, and he wasn't allowed to be there. He asked me, he's like, hey, dude, can I come to the secret show? It was like a Hannibal Buress, like a midnight show after Thick Skin.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, yeah, but like I was hired on by Hannibal's team to film it for a special, to film like behind the scenes stuff, and some side footage for a special, like during credit rolls and all that stuff. But we had an NDA, and there's not allowed to be any other photographers in there. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it was a big deal for like when you start talking to like the upper echelon of the managers and businesses, they want it so tight, and I get it. That's why they're so successful. So he comes out to me and goes, hey, dude, I didn't know there's like a secret thing. Can I hang out for it? And I was like, you can hang out. Like, it was sold out. Like, it was announced that afternoon. So I'm like, you can hang out, but like no photos, dude. Please, no photos. And I'm in the little pit, the downtown club in the front row. I'm kind of recording a couple things. All of a sudden I hear a shutter click, and I turn around. He's right there, and he dips behind the thing, posts the photo the next month, the following like Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
Damn.
I didn't know he posted it. I get a call from Susan and Wendy, marketing and ownership, being like, dude, what the fuck? Who is this guy? He's not allowed in our club anymore. He's this and that. We're going to reach out to him. We're going to ban him, which I didn't agree with.
But it's also like the ban.
Dude, they love. I'm banned. I remember texting Wendy after the comic and their manager were like, dude, we want to work with you. You're our number one choice. But we want to do it in the South Club, in downtown. I was like, let me see what I can do. So I texted Wendy. I'm like, what's up, Wendy? How you doing? Next day she texts me, goes, hey, Nick, how are you? I was like, good. She goes, I see things are going great, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. Sorry to hear about supposedly she has breast cancer. I'm going to say supposedly for sure. I'm going to say supposedly. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, blah, blah, blah. But I have some ideas I'd love to help you with. And it was like right after all the comics got promoted. And this is an idea I pitched a long time ago. But now that I have the reputation we have with our specials and this and that, I think we could do it. And I was like, hey, I have some ideas and would love to talk to you. And she goes, shoot them over. I love your ideas. And so I told her, and I was like, we should be putting your YouTube channel. We should be recording these like 10-minute sets for your comics. Yeah. Those nights that get promoted should go on our YouTube channel. Here's an intro to BK Sherrod. Here's an intro to blah, blah, blah. All these comics that get up that they don't know can live on your YouTube.
Yeah.
And, but also I really want to work on the special with X comic. And I think that we could go back to like adding this thing for your club, and we can partner together. And she goes, do they know why you were fired? And I was like, you know what? I don't think anyone, she tried to sue me for my unemployment. I won because I'm very smart with how I got fired. Recorded the entire conversation. And I was like, honestly, Wendy, I fought back in a very like, you know what? Fuck you. I was like, you know what? I don't even think the state of Colorado or your lawyers know why you fired me. Didn't hear anything back after that.
Oh, man.
Saw the manager, ended up recording another one of her clients at the Boulder Theater like a month later. And I was like, hey, yeah, what's going on with blah, blah? She goes, we can't talk about it. When he called our president, when he called me, when he called the comic, bitching about it. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should have been a little cooler with whatever and dropped it. But it was in that moment I was fired up and being like, you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
This is not how comedy should be. This is not how things should be.
Yeah.
Their quality of whatever they're going to do, whatever they wanted to do, is now different than what they expected. Because we already had meetings talking about how we do it, where we'd put things here and there, what the color would look like, all these things. And then she's putting the kibosh between, like, she shouldn't have to do that. I get it's her building, but they're going to sell out all 5-6 shows they would have done. So
yeah, too much constraints.
Too much, dude. Yeah, I don't agree when someone has a pool in their backyard and then the first day of summer they invite all the staff that they pay minimum wage for to come look at their pool in their mansion. Is like, dude,
oh god, gross. No.
So
one question I have for you was, and are you strapped for time or anything like that?
You're good.
Okay, cool. When you were starting out, like, when did you know, like, where you've crossed like a threshold to where like you can start charging more, and like where you knew like your like how did you upgrade your quality, and how did you know that you were at the point where you could confidently be like, this is how much I'm worth.
That's like the golden question. I would ask you that question too. Like,
Really?
I wish someone had the right advice from, like, a lot of people gatekeep that stuff, but straight up, I think it was when I started being overwhelmed, going back to like being burnt out with so much.
Sure. Yeah.
It was like, I've done specials for nothing at the beginning and I'd have comments being like, dude, you should pay more. You should charge more. I'm like, yeah.
Who was one of your first?
Well, I mean, one was, here's Adam Kate in Holland. I charged him, but didn't charge him much at all compared to what we charge now or anything we charge.
And you were also like friends with a lot of comics because you were a manager at
Comedy Works got me in right away. Honestly, that's what was a blessing too.
Yeah.
Is like the day the pandemic started, I got a call, moved in with my ex. The day we moved in together, got a call being like, hey, well, you got to shut everything down. Pandemic. And me being like, how am I going to pay rent now? What am I going to, we just moved in together. Wow. She had to carry me for a while. So I ended up like day one, waking up at 5 a.m, going to bed at 2 a.m, like learning.
Oh, wow.
Figuring things out. A lot of comics were like, hey, I know you're a video editor. Can you edit my podcast? That's how I got into the podcasting. I've been like, yeah, I'll edit your podcast, figuring things out.
Okay. Yeah.
It ruined my relationship because I was just focused on work. But me turned 30 during the pandemic. Pandemic shut down April 12th. I filed my LLC for IDK April 8th.
Wow.
Moved in April 1st, April 8th, April 12th is the pandemic. My birthday was April 18th. And dog, I'll tell you what, like my relationship did not go well because I was just sat at the computer learning. That's how I got Winnie. That's like, she's my soul dog because I got her because I needed a break from a lot of it. Like, I just needed a distraction, which is awesome. She's the best dog in the world. But I would charge nothing because you have to like build up your reels, do stuff like that. Charge nothing.
Of course.
Like you've done free headshots, I'm sure. Like we've all done the free stuff.
Yeah. The Stellas, when we first started making it a weekly, I was like, I'll show up with my camera every week and I'll just give away and I still do that. Every show that I do at Stella's or any show that I produce, I just take photos and I take tape and I just give it to everybody. Yeah. And that's just helps me build my skills.
Yep.
And also gets stuff in the hands of them so that like maybe they'll use it, maybe they won't, but if they do, then that's free publicity for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I get better every time. So.
I mean, I hired Hassan because I remember looking for help.
Yeah.
Like, I just want more help. And I remember seeing
Hassan's great.
I remember seeing someone's Instagram story of like Hassan and his like little camera in the back set up and whatever. And so I was at breakfast with Alpha and I used to get breakfast every Monday. And I got breakfast. I'm like, hey, who is this dude that was recording your show? He goes, oh, that's my boy Hassan. He wants to get like videography stuff. I'm like, give me his number. I want to talk to him. That's how I hired him.
Nice.
So he's like on our production team with whenever he can, he'll like come help record whatever. Trying to build this team of people. But like I could also not charge things at the time because I could afford it because like I had another job or I'm doing all these different things. Like whether it's headshots or things like that, I'm doing so many things where it adds up and I'm doing fine, but I'm never sleeping. I'm never getting free time.
Right.
Then it turns into, okay, well, I actually want to take a vacation. I want to do these things. So I went to spend like 2 months in LA, talked to a great photographer there who's now like the Comedy Store photographer. And I'm like, what do you charge? He goes, oh, I charge this. I'm like, I charge $100 for however many photos they want. And he's like, yeah, you should charge like $500 for a minimum of a dozen photos. I'm like, that's insane.
Wow.
So now I take that structure of like, okay, I'm going to charge $300 and do this and that. But now when I had to be pretty confident when I'm like getting overbooked. I'm like, okay, I need to charge a little more.
Yeah.
I think recently, maybe in the last year, being like, I got it. Like my podcast, dude, when we opened up the studio, I was like, I don't want to be a podcast studio. And like Hannah Jones said to me, she goes, I heard you have a studio. I want to start a podcast. Or like Topia, all these people. And I'm like, okay, $100 a month. I didn't think anyone wanted to record a podcast, dog. We had like 15 podcasts going at once. And I'm like, damn, we're only getting $1,500. But like, that's not even paying our rent. And like, we're doing all these all the time. I don't have
so much work.
And you've been a little studio. Like I didn't have time to do headshots. I didn't have time to do anything but podcasts. So then it's like, hey guys, I have to charge more. But then they get upset because I'm charging more here and there. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to wean people out. But then it's like, okay, my business coach is like, well, when you charge more, they're going to take it more seriously. They're going to see you more seriously.
That's true.
And charging your worth. So then it's like, okay, what am I worth here and there? I still, to this day, don't think I'm worth a lot. I still look at my quality and will be like, eh. But I'm very critical of myself. I'm a perfectionist.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not critical about anyone else's stuff. Like I see your live photos. I think they're awesome. I think they're colorful. I think Stella's, which is another place I want to film. Which we
Me
should
too.
talk. We should talk about you photographing our specials when we shoot them here.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Or anytime you want to shoot. I've told you before. Anytime you want to come shoot in the studio,
totally.
come do it. I'll throw some money at you, dude.
Oh, dude. I would do it for free, dude. Like
Fuck no. As a person who did it for free for so long, Hassan's like, I will come record some with you for free. I still pay him out.
Sure, yeah.
I'm still gonna pay people because I view the time you. Even if someone does a shit job, you're still gonna get paid.
I appreciate that.
Like I've had videographers work with
Yeah.
me, didn't use their angle in a special at all. Still pay them what
They did the
charge,
work, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
There's a lot that I wish I could do it all, you
Yeah.
know, and like I do. That's why I was so glad I got to go to that Halloween show, because I was like, man, I really want to like go see like the Good Night Denver show, because I hadn't seen it yet, and like I want to be spending more time at clubs and stuff, but like I have to also balance like relationships and stuff, and like I gotta be like,
man.
all right, I'm too busy this week, so these 2 nights I have to be doing nothing. I have to stay home, and that's hard, but it's like that keeps me from thick skin sometimes. That keeps me from a lot of things that I want to be at, but like
it's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice, because like I got sacrifice for it's also important to go to the mics. It's also important, and I got my show, and I got other shows I'm booked on. I got a podcast or headshots or whatever, like, or I'm shooting another show.
Exactly.
It all piles up, and it's like I have to have, and I have a day job, so it's like I gotta do 1 or 2 nights where it's just like me and the lady, and we just watch shows and whatever, and like it's hard, but
I mean, I like that you're doing your freelance stuff. I'm always for freelancing as a freelancer who still does contract work. Like, I love it. I would do it. I'd rather if something happens, I'd rather it because I took the food off of my own table than someone taking it off of my table from me.
Yeah, totally.
So that's why I will never work for anyone else ever again.
Wow.
I mean, having clients and that stuff is a little different, but like having the control of how your day-to-day operations is so damn genius and so damn great.
Yeah.
That, I mean, like I view your work where it's like, dude, if you ever want to come work on our production with us, come hang out. Even if you just want to learn, dude. Even if you're like, if you literally show up to the photograph show, we're gonna give you a guest spot probably.
Okay.
Like that's our mindset. Like
I love
you're
that.
gonna earn your time. Like
Yeah.
when comics come to
You
hang
guys
out,
are the best.
I get comics all the time being like, when are you gonna give us time? Like you've never been in the studio.
Yeah, come hang out. Yeah.
The fact that you show respect for even coming to a show or hanging out, you're gonna get time, dude.
I love that. I love that. I have that same mentality, is because especially with like with Greeley and stuff, like, and I always respect hard work.
Yeah.
You know, like I always like to give spots to people who are hustling.
Yep.
You know,
It's, I mean, yeah, we get a bit of a comic hangout now that we have like our own green room in the basement. We get to hang out, and it's like,
yeah, man.
Hey, who wants to come do some time? Like, keep coming through. Like, we keep our flagship show very tight of like headliner, feature, hosts, and 10 minutes feature, 10 minutes hosts. Because I'm looking to give someone a spot, or we allow the headliner to do more time, because I always tell the headliner, like, do as much time as you want as long as you're having fun. Like, do as much. Like, every time they've done that, their plan is 30 minutes. They end up doing 45, 55, an hour. As long as the comics are having fun, we just have a count clock. Just do your thing.
That's so cool.
Practice your shit. So it's like comics need the time. Comics, if they show they are willing to have the time. Like, as managers, some of us would go scout at mics. We'd go have a beer and be like, hey, do you want to have a beer? I want to talk about our shit work day. Like, oh, there's a mic on Mondays. Let's go down here to watch this.
Yeah, totally.
Or we're off on Wednesday. Let's go to this mic at the Irish Rover. Let's go hang out and see who's working their ass off. So,
I love that.
yeah, I think like
Yeah.
comics like, yeah, we want to get paid this and that. Like, well, you haven't put in new material for 5 years.
I know.
You know, you haven't done more than 5 years.
I know. We notice, dude.
Yeah,
like
we
we're always,
notice
that's
these
our
things.
job, is to like evaluate and like look at who like, we're building the lineup. So it's like, who's gonna mesh well, like who's gonna have the best show possible. And I can tell when you're working on shit, like, and when you're not.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like, you being multifaceted, like, you are me. You are the producer. You're the director. You're the creative. But you're also doing the comedy, which is crazy. That's fucking nuts. Which is so cool, though.
Yeah,
and like
that's also a challenge, which is like making space for the comedic brain to come out and for the artistic side to come out, because it's like, it's really hard to get, like, you know, I'm always like doing stuff and balancing all this stuff, and then I gotta be like, all right, I have to just have quiet where I can like watch my set and just like focus on jokes for a minute, because there's too much crammed in here that I can't do it.
I mean, that goes into saying, like, how do you know what to charge when you do stuff? Because like I do a lot of trade-offs where it's like, hey, you did the headshots with me and you spent $300 on headshots, I'll come photograph your show for free. Or like, that's how I used to do it. Now it's not that way.
Yeah.
Or it's like, hey, here's my budget. If you don't have that, here's here's 3 other people I recommend.
Yeah, totally.
Or if I'm not available, here's other people. Like I try not to photograph shows
That's
as
cool.
much now, but I throw them your way. Bryce up in Fort Collins, Stonic if he's around. Everyone has their own styles. You know what I mean? Like we all shoot differently. We all like if you watch the Comedy Store, they have black and white. They do black and white stuff.
Sure, yeah.
I don't do black and white. Your color is very natural but colorful, whereas other comics like shoot a little flat and like just shoot whatever. Like they don't even edit anything; they just kind of shoot and throw in. Like I'm big into like cinematography, so I'll add like a little color here and there, and I'll like make it look different, and that's got me so much work. But again, in my world, like I'm a little inconsistent with it, to where I'll be like, oh yeah, for this show I did this kind of flat color grading, but then, like for this show I did something else where it's like, dude, I'm spending way too much time editing photos. I'm learning, I'm loving it again.
You like to tinker and you like to make it the best for what that specific project was.
And when I'm spending more time on it, I'm realizing I'm loving it again. So it's like, okay, I just need to have this look, which I think in my room I have it figured out. Like, okay, I'm just going to do this. But if I'm doing the bug theater, the lighting is different. I'm doing things different.
Yeah.
Like my studio has very soft. The reason my room's lit the way it is, is the way it looks for photos and videos.
Yes.
Whereas against the brick walls, as much as you can against the brick wall.
Yeah, Bryce Peterson is similar too, where like at the fort, like everything's lit so like ambiently and perfectly that like anything on camera looks stunning.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Like, yeah, and I think those guys redid their room for lighting and stuff based off what we did for a comedy special, which is very flattering and very cool.
Yeah, totally.
But they still did a couple things where I was
that
like,
sunlight lamp that is right above them.
I turn those off. I can't.
Oh, really?
So they do the foot lighting, which I do because when you watch a theater show or award shows,
Foot lighting.
like when you watch the Oscars and stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of the rows will have kind of an uplighting. Like the old theaters, you see like the little seashells.
Yeah.
You'll see like an LED light wrapped around for like the uplighting for shadows and stuff, especially when you're shooting spotlights and all that. So I shoot up lights. I will take credit. That's why they have it, but it looks beautiful. But they also have those lights up top. And as more of a soft box type of guy, cinema soft box guy, I turned, like we just filmed a couple comedy specials there. I turned those off, left the footlight on, and then I used our soft boxes. They left our mounts up there, thank God. So we just put our lights up whenever we do that.
Hook them up,
the lights are overpriced and expensive, so I get why. But like for what also, if I'm a comic, I would rather have those light bars than a lot of these spotlights that are on you.
Yeah, totally. They're
too
so bright. Yeah.
So plus, like, I mean, it's cool seeing these rooms adjust. I love David. I love the Comedy Fort. I love that they're not like they've set the precedence for a comedy club who are doing whatever the hell they can to get the names that they can, the indie people, the people that we love that other clubs aren't believing in. Underground's bringing, like, when they bring in Peptone, that's awesome for them. When they bring in all these people.
Yeah.
I mean, man, setting the vibe, and I'm trying not to be burnt out with having this business venture that's coming up, plus what we're doing now, plus all the creative on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you got a good team too, so that helps a lot.
I mean, we have a team meeting every first day after the year. Like we had a big team meeting yesterday. We had a meeting with Chef Pat for the morning. Then we had a meeting with Miriam at night, like kind of being like, here's where the direction we're going on. If you don't want to be part of something, let me know. Like, what are your goals? Like, you want to make a movie? Let's make sure that when we start this venue, we build out a set for that movie upstairs. Like, I want everyone to have that creative venture where, like, Comedy Pursuit, they didn't give me a night off. Man, it sucked. If I had a night off, it's because I had finals or something. And I then had to go in after. You know, it's like,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And I don't believe in that, dude. I believe in, like, I believe in family life. You have a partner. Like, now that I'm dating and I have a person that I'm falling in love with, like, I have to balance out who I'm hanging out with, how often I can hang out with. She's introduced me to all her friends, so I'm like, okay, I have to, like, find a little more time. I'm gonna go in a little earlier in the day, then I can hang out at night type thing. Like, balance. Like, that's the hardest part, dude.
It's so hard.
I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
I think you look like a workaholic, dude. Like, your studio's in your garage at your house. Like, I'm sure your girlfriend loves that. But, like,
yes,
I admire that you even just have your photo paper up the way you do. I admire like your set design, like painting this. I think I saw a clip of you guys like designing this. So cool, dude.
Thanks, man.
And people don't take the time to do that. But I also admire the people who sit at their kitchen table and just talk into a microphone and just record it.
Yeah, totally.
Like the people that are trying, and like we don't have to do anything outside of work. We could all work during the day and just go home.
I also love video games, you know.
Dude, like Jacob does that too. Like I was playing on his Nintendo Switch when I got an Airbnb for us in Portland during a comedy special.
Yeah.
We played Smash Bros. I'd never played Smash Bros.
No
before.
way.
Dog.
It's the best.
Now I'm like, I have to find time to get video games in my life. Like, because
Yeah.
I'll sit there and Miriam and Jacob will be like, dude, we're watching this reality show. And I'm sitting here like, how do you have time to do that? But then I'm realizing like, oh yeah, I'm also like, I like watching movies or whatever. Like we'll leave during the day and go watch a movie. We'll go to the theater and like I'm a member at one theater, he's a member at another.
Oh,
it's like,
that's
do you
the
want to go watch a movie?
bro.
Dude, it's so cool.
You're a master of your own world.
It's
like
so
it's
cool.
the best.
Dude,
yeah.
it's the best. And people don't realize it. And people always ask us like, where else do you work? Do you do this full time? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You go, how? I'm like, you don't want to know.
You grind every
It's
day
like,
and then
it's getting motivated
Yeah.
from something like the story. I haven't really told a lot of people the comedy story, but like, that's what's motivated me to create the business I have now. Of like,
Yeah, you're not going
work-life
back.
balance, dude. Like Jacob, if he comes in at noon and then leaves at 3, cool. As long as you got your shit
got
done.
your shit done,
Or
yeah.
or you know where your shit's gonna get done. You
Yeah.
know. And same with me. Like he comes in a little early. He comes in like an hour or two earlier than me now. But like I have slow mornings. Like it's very critical for me. I would wake up in the morning, check my emails, then go right to work. Now I have to like wake up, now look at my phone. I'm gonna make some breakfast.
Yeah, dude.
Take Winnie on a walk or a quick walk. Go back home, then look at my emails. Then I get to the studio. So like usually 10 a.m. usually when I walk in.
Yeah.
And then I'll usually probably leave. It depends on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
8 or 9 at night, which I'm trying to cut back. I feel more creative at night.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I'm so focused on working at night.
Yeah, that's why, dude. It sucks because like I got a job that I got to show up for in the morning, and like I usually come alive at night and like get juiced up like to do stuff at night, and like it's hard to turn it off sometimes, and I gotta like take a melatonin to like knock me out because I'm like I can't. I'm too busy. Like I'm thinking, and I'm like I should be asleep right now because I gotta fucking wake up and do stuff tomorrow. But yeah, dude, it's like it's the day job versus the night job.
So you have a full-time day job?
Yes.
Plus all this you're doing?
Yes.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I know how I've been there, dude.
Yeah, a lot of multitasking. We'll watch reality shows in there, and I'll be working on my podcast. Like every Dancing with the Stars just got over, and that was our thing. Every Tuesday night, like I would come home, we'd put on Dancing with the Stars, we'd eat dinner, and then I would edit while we watched the Dancing with the Stars. Yeah,
I just watched Dancing with the Stars for the first time this year.
A lot, yeah.
The girl I'm seeing, like when we first met, she was like kind of talking about it, and it was during the finale time. So I think all I saw was like a few dances during the finale. I didn't even know it was a finale, but I'm like, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is
sometimes
cool.
it's really good. Yeah. It's like fun to like talk about like who did good and not.
It's
and,
cool
like,
to have something with
root
you
for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So-
Robert Irwin.
So I'm like, I look back, dude, when I was a coal miner in Wyoming, and I would work out at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Dude,
bro.
I also worked I was also a rancher in Wyoming. Like,
Damn.
I would work out at 4 a.m, get to work by 6:30 a.m., and then work my ass off all day, throwing sledgehammers, throwing pickaxes on the ranches, construction on ranches.
Yeah.
Get home, eat a little something, work out, then eat again. Like, I had a roommate on steroids. Like, I kept up with him. Big, like we were big.
Crazy.
Like, yeah.
Are you from Wyoming?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Born here, grew up in Wyoming. I've lived in Chicago, Seattle. I basically moved around to get away from corporate life to like figure out my film stuff. But I never got into it. Like the communities there just weren't there. Like I remember going to Chicago being like, I'm moving to Chicago. There's gonna be a film like community.
Yeah.
There's gonna be this. Couldn't find it. Moved to Seattle, same thing. Dude, everything. And then finally Denver's like, I'm just gonna create it. I just gotta create it.
Yeah. Sometimes you're it. Like you're.
And I didn't create it, but like you have to create something to like see what's out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Like then it's like, oh yeah, the Bug Theater does have film festivals. Like then you get to meet these people like you dude, like you coming around being like, oh, I want you to work with us. Hassan, seeing an Instagram story of him with a little camera, like I want you to work with us.
Yeah.
Things that I never had, but now love to have that opportunity to have, because like it's like, yeah, you want to go film a set, oh, then use one of our cameras instead. Like
Nice.
get them something really nice.
Yeah.
Charge them an extra $50 for that. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
May as well have the opportunity for you to make more versus I'm so in debt because I've bought everything myself to where it's like, oh yeah, we have the equipment for you to borrow. Like
Oh, that's so cool.
like yeah,
Yeah.
just, like Jacob
Yeah, and you guys are
goes,
stacked. Like I went down in the studio down there, and you got it all lined up, and like you got the Blackmagics 6K, you got the transmitters, and you got the walkie-talkies. Like it's all hooked up. Like it looks sick.
Every time I'm like, we don't have to buy anything. We have to buy something.
Like
Like even the last
do you
special.
rent stuff?
No, never rented anything in my life. I've rented a lens one time for a wedding because we needed to have 2 lenses. I had a second shooter. turned it into being like, well, I'm just going to buy another one.
Yeah.
And again,
Do you use everything that you buy?
yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things I've bought where I'm like, I thought I would use it, but I never used it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to justify, like, I'll sit there with it in my shopping cart and I'll be like, I'm going to come back to it tomorrow. I'll sit there and I'll be like, no, I don't need this right now.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
good.
Yeah.
But there are some things now where I'm like, have to get a couple things.
Yeah, totally.
One, because like we'll film a comedy special and comedy like, do you have this and that? I'm like, no, we don't need it. But like to be a little more legit, I think I do need it. Then like that, I could probably add a couple $1,000 more to the bill because they're like, oh yeah, they have their own video village, all these things.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, what's an extra few thousand for charging that?
Yeah, totally.
So like,
Crazy.
I mean, how do you find time, dude? Like, how do you is this
Find
like,
time?
If this is your first time getting burnt out?
I used to get like, so in college, I was like, I've always kind of been like, as soon as I think like, this happens to me every month where I'm like, I got nothing. I got no shows or whatever. Like I got nothing booked.
Yeah.
And then like overnight or like within a week, like all boom, it fills up because I just can't stop myself from being like, yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll do that. Like I'll just boom, boom, boom. And like, boom, all of a sudden it fills up. And like I have a podcast every week. And then I have my show certain weeks that I get to host. And then I just added my monthly back because they asked me. They were like, we want to bring it back. And I was like, okay. Like, sure, I can barely manage what I got now, but I'll find a way.
Just went through that the other day where like I got asked to do something. And I remember looking at the text being like, and then being like, yep, I guess. Like, you got me on a good day. And the show comes, and Jacob's like, oh, I saw you were doing this. I'm like,
dude. That feeling of like you forget what you committed to, and then all of a sudden it arrives, and then you're like, oh, fuck. Like, I got to do this. Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll come to LA and come shoot a wedding. And, oh, you need a videographer? They dropped out. I'll do both. I'm like, I got you. The next day,
totally.
I'm like, what the fuck? So, I mean, I still have those problems.
Yeah.
Dude. That's what creates the burnout. But
yeah, totally. Also for me, like my day job is I'm salary plus commission, and there are a lot of, especially now during the winter, there's a lot of slow days.
Cool.
So I work on a lot of shit. Like,
would your job be flexible at putting you a little part-time? Would you lose anything if you went part-time?
I kind of like, yeah, like I kind of have to be there. Like, yeah, but it's as of all the jobs I've had, like it's someone that has allowed me the most flexibility. So like sometimes, like I'll hit up my boss. I'll be like, hey, Friday I'm taking a half day because I'm gonna go to Casper and do some shows, and he'll be like, oh cool. Man, cool. Sounds good. Yeah. So like it's flexible in the sense where I can be like, you know, if my shit's taken care of and like there's one other guy there and he can handle any trucks that show up, then we're good.
You have something that's paying the bills. You have stuff like for nice equipment. You have stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that you guys are renting out a house. Like, my apartment is like 500 square feet. And sometimes I'm like, damn, I want to get out. But I'm also like the investment. Sometimes I will sit there all the time and be like, damn, I could do another job.
Yeah.
Like, but then I can't because like I have to have my hands in everything a little bit.
Yeah.
And the business side of IDK, like if I had a full-time job, I don't think we could be with where we're at today.
Yeah.
Like if I was to give any advice, because you're doing what I've done for sure. You're doing what I'm doing still.
Yeah.
Like your quality is great. Everything you do is fucking awesome. But like I guess the only advice is like reflecting a lot. Yeah. I do a weekly reflection with my girlfriend.
Okay.
I check in. I learned that in couples therapy with an ex-girlfriend. Like I do a weekly check-in, just being like, hey, how are you doing? How's everything feeling? Because I learned through an ex-relationship that my job, she hated everything I was doing. Mm. I actually met up with her. She's a traveler. She came to town a year ago and met up with her. And she goes, dude, I'm so fucking proud of you. You're doing, I always knew you'd get here. But in the moment, like during a pandemic when I'm a nurse and you're home, like you're not able to pitch in for anything but groceries sometimes, like that sucks. But I never once doubted you'd be there.
Wow.
And then she tried to take me home after, and I was like, no. But like I think she was like very jealous. Like, damn, I kind of wish I stuck through with it because I can see where you're at now.
Wow.
But like, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. But like figuring out how to manage like reflecting a relationship, checking with yourself is the biggest thing I do. Every first of the month after I pay bills, like my rent, I'm like, okay, what can we do? So that's what I do. Like I reflect a lot on how I'm charging. So I micromanage my bills into what am I spending money on and what can I have something to cover that. So like when my internet in the studio is like $300 a month, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, I need to one session of headshots a month. We'll pay for that. Well, and more. So it's like, okay, it'll pay for my internet and my electricity in the studio. So that's paid for.
Yeah.
Like managing being like, okay, I have 2 sponsors that pays for my rent. And then the shows, and here's what I charge for this and that. That covers my employees. When I pay for comedy specials, that pays. I'll bonus us out for something that'll like get me a nice something. I don't buy anything for myself. Hell, I'm wearing my girlfriend's fucking shirt. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a little more. Like right now, I'm eyeing this really cool toolbox.
Okay.
It's stackable and it has
Oh,
drawers.
hell yeah.
So I'm like, I can travel on comedy specials with these. So I'm like,
you can keep all your gear in
I'm
it.
like, I think I'm gonna use my bonus for the last special on this like $700 thing.
Reinvest it back into the business.
Yeah, dude. So it's like that's my investment. Someday I'll go to Bali or do the things, whatever the fuck I want to do.
Totally.
But like, when I'm in a new relationship, I'm doing these things, but like in a year, that's when I'm gonna want to go and travel the world. Like that's when I'm ready. But everything is an investment. So like, but the biggest thing is like invest in yourself and balance that out. But I also think like I was never a video game guy, but I think like the excuse of video games would get me away from some stuff and like break me away from business brain all the time.
Totally.
I'm a workaholic, dude, and I don't think anyone should be a workaholic. It sounds cool. I'd go on dates and girls would be like, you have your own business? You have to work?
And you're like, don't get me started.
Yeah, girls would be like, my last boyfriend was unemployed. I'm like, dude, find the balance.
Yeah. There's definitely something in between not working and working all the time and you can't turn it off. I also lean on people a lot.
Cool. Yeah, that's
which
good.
has helped me a lot. Yeah.
That's what I wish I would do sometimes. I think that
it's hard to give away
dude.
some facet of control over whatever because it'll help you open up time, but like they might do it not exactly in the same way.
I admire you so much for that because like it's taken me so long. I'm still learning that.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome, dude. So who do you like lean on?
My girlfriend a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm in the process of giving more to her. Yeah. Like I'll be like, can you like do the posts for me? Like cool. I don't like doing that, but you would. It's like it's an easy thing to do, and like you want to help me, so like perfect, and just accepting like that people support me and like they want to help me. Like a lot of this shit was like new from like Christmas, and I just asked for it, and I was like these and stuff, and I'm just like, and then being like people want to invest in what I'm doing, and like accepting that and being like, oh, I am enough, like I am worthy of like this support from, because sometimes I always feel like I'm not enough. I gotta keep doing more until I'm never gonna be worthy of just like getting money or success or whatever. It's like I always gotta be doing something.
And finding that partner that's willing to like let you lean on them. I didn't have that for 2 relationships, dude. Like I couldn't go home and vent about something. I vented to my girlfriend the other day for the first time, and she took it the way she took it. I was like, damn, she might be the one, dude.
Yeah.
I drunkenly told her, I was like, I'm gonna marry you someday. The next day she goes, do you know what you told me? I was like, yeah. I'm not gonna say that was a fly, but I was also hammered. But also thank you for like venting to me and like having the advice. And she literally goes like, yeah, lean on me when you need to. I was like, I've never had that before.
Yeah. And then like accept, because like sometimes you gotta vent more often than you want to. Like, because it's like sometimes it's hard to accept like I'm struggling and like I have to constantly like talking about it makes me feel better, but I hate accepting that I need to talk about it.
Yes.
I think that's a guy thing too, where it's just like you have to be like, you just want to stuff it down and be like, no, I'm fine. Like everything's fine. Like I'm doing fine.
I mean, shout out to Jacob. Like, there's days where I've seen him get anxious and he's pacing back and forth because I made him anxious about something, or like a client will drop, like we'll lose something, or like, dude, I used to get so anxious with a podcast. Like, hey, dude, I can't do it anymore. Like I got laid off from my job, whatever. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm out of money, this and that. That's when I'm like, I got to charge more so I don't have to deal with that. But also I would vent to Jacob, and I don't think like Jacob's so just level-headed and like easy going that some days I'll not say some stuff and I'll like be careful what I say because I'm like, this person pissed me off and I want to vent to Jacob. But there's so many days where people are like, yeah, dude, how you doing? Are you all right? I'm like, you know what, dude? fuck this, fuck that, fuck that. And I'll learn. He's like, yeah, I think the same thing. I hate that person. I'm like, cool. Yeah, dude. So like being able to lean on those people are huge, dude. Chef Pat and I will get beers. We'll lean on each other. We'll text each other. Like those people turn your best friends. Like those are what makes your business successful.
Totally.
And I honestly think that I was in such a rut and like walking through mud for some of my business because I was scared to grow or to lean on someone, or I was scared to grow because I knew I'd have to lean on someone. Yeah. So like,
it's hard to accept that.
That's the biggest thing, dude, is like, you said it, is
future
leaning
might be
on someone.
Yeah. Dog, so somebody else.
Whether it's like, hey, can you make dinner tonight? Because I got some shit.
Yeah. Just stuff like that. And it's like, sometimes it's like asking for that is like a big step, you know?
Like tonight, I'm going to ask my girlfriend if I can, I know you made dinner and you don't do Taco Bell, but is it cool if I bring some Taco Bell over? Because I'm starving.
Yeah.
You know, so... I mean, damn, that's the best one is leaning on people. Like, if there's any advice for anyone out there is like, no matter what you're doing, starting something or fucking wanting to start something or having an idea. There's Jacob the other day was like, dude, yesterday we were talking about like our passions, what we want to do. He goes, I'm just done having excuses. I want to do it. I'm like, I want to know how I can do it. Yeah. Like Miriam's had this really cool idea for a long time. We've been talking about it for 3 years. I know she's been talking about her whole life. It's like, let's do it. Yeah. I will build out sets. I love building things. I'm like, I'll build these things out. Let's do it. Like in the summertime, when things slow down, let's shut off the studio for shows and let's do these things.
That's so cool.
So
yeah, I will say that is like what you guys are doing is like the goal for me plus comedy. Dude, you know what I mean? Like
I don't gatekeep. So anytime you want to come shoot a show or anytime you want to like come on to a shoot with us, like whether we're recording a special and you want to man a camera, I trust anyone who knows how to run a camera. Yeah, I've hired people who don't know how to run a camera, and I've learned quickly. Just trust the people that run it.
Yeah, for
so like
sure,
if there's anything like, I call it like a paid internship where it's like, dude, come check it out, come try it out. Like Bryce down at the Comedy Fort, he ran a camera for me. I will hire him anytime he's available, dude.
The man.
Like he's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like you have to have a team of people who are friendly, like not a shitbag team. Sometimes I'll be a little snippy, so I have to hang in the back and let my team handle it. Yeah. Well, it's like, dude, you have to have the team of people who are fighting, like want to get out there.
Yeah, and they have the same passion that you do.
And giving people the credit when you see your name roll in the credits, it's really fucking. It's not Dude IDK Studios. It's camera operator, blah blah blah, editor, blah blah.
That's so
blah,
sick.
Blah, like because like it is cool seeing your name up there.
Yeah.
So like that
matters.
It's a creative collective, dude.
Yeah.
No, there's no gatekeeping. There's no holding shit back. Like Spanks down at the Underground. It's like he helped me figure out sound in my old studio. Like it's like I'm gonna pay you for your time. I'm gonna buy lunch when you're here. I'm gonna pay you for your time. And then it's like if you have time to come for a show, come drop in for a show, dude.
That's sick.
It's like if you've invested your time and effort into working with me, then you deserve me to put in my time and effort for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so for sure, 100%.
That's how you make a successful business. Yeah, I think that's how you get there.
What's something you've learned about customer service?
Dude, I was in sales since I was 12.
Oh wow!
My first job, I got hired on to go under the table. I actually painted murals for an artist. Kind of a scam. He got all the credit for all these murals in the newspaper, set the world record for the biggest mural. Turns out he wasn't even painting them. So in my head, I'm like, oh wow, you're one of those guys. Like you're getting all the credit and the money, but you're getting volunteers to paint for you. Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, you're a genius, but also fuck you. Yeah. But I painted this amazing mural, spent all summer doing it. Yeah. And then like I remember one time it was an American flag that was waving. Yeah. It's like 3 different shades of blue, 3 different shades of red, 3 different shades of like gray and white.
Oh my God.
And then the owner of the building couldn't stand that the artist wasn't doing it. The artist that he talked to, he was paying him thousands of dollars, and I was getting paid like $100 a week. 12, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're 12.
And so
that's crazy.
I showed up every day. I painted my ass off, sun up to sundown. I never complained. He ended up calling me. He's like, "Hey, I would love to hire you to work for me under the table. Like, if anyone asks, you're 14 and you can be a salesman." I was a salesman selling car stereo and home stereo equipment. Had no idea what the fuck I was doing. It was like right when Finding Nemo came out. So like that was always on like the flip, like, you know, the wall, like Best Buy, they used to have the car stereos, the wall. Yeah, just stereo after stereo after stereo. So it was always like Finding Nemo or 40-Year-Old Virgin playing. And then like learning how to sell. So I remember the one time I was like, "Hey, can I help you guys?" Blah, blah, blah. Didn't sell much. And then I remember the owner, who was a shitbag, but I learned so much from him in business. I would give him a hug. I saw his daughter recently. I was like, "Hey, you're Jerry Green's daughter. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Nicholas. I'm whatever." I'm like, I'm the little shaggy haired kid. She goes, holy shit.
No way.
You've got gray and you're bald now. I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I don't want to talk to my dad. He sucks. I'm like, wow, dude, he must have been a real shitbag. She goes, I don't want to talk to him. But man, I remember he pulls me aside. He goes, dude, be a little exuberant. Like, act like you like want to sell them something, even if you don't know what it is. So I remember the next person came in and I was like trying to be a smart ass. I was annoyed that they like pulled me aside. I didn't know how to like take criticism. I was like, hey man, how's it going? What are you looking for today? Oh, I'm looking for car. Are you looking for car stereo? Have you ever thought about putting subwoofers in? Like, what kind of music you listen to? Oh, you like rap? You should get like some 12-inch subwoofers. Here's some boxes. Like, I ended up hooking him up with, he was looking for just like some speakers, new speakers for his car, like the tweeters, like the little speakers and whatever. Ended up selling him speakers for all his doors, subwoofers, a box for the subwoofers, an amplifier, the whole shebang, and end up stepping up end up selling this really nice flip out DVD thing because I'm like, I basically kind of bullshitted my way through it, but it all worked out well. Then we got more business because I convinced him to get us to install it, and then he ended up after I saw how much I sold, I'm like, dude, just being a good person, bullshitting my way through some stuff. I thought that was the way how you do it. I just like, you just bullshit your way through life. That's going to get you money, blah, 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 which works for a lot of people. Real estate agents,
you make it.
Real estate agents, that's how you do it. However, like I remember like saying it to another manager, and he's a manager at that store, and he goes, don't bullshit your way through, because the first person you bullshit is going to come back and it's going to be a refund. It's going to be a reputation, all this shit. They're going to go to school and be like, this kid didn't know how to sell me this. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I ended up spending time on the computer when people weren't there, researching, reading manuals, being like, oh, this speaker works with this subwoofer. Okay, this thing, car, home equipment, that and that. And I remember it was like at a Christmas dinner. I was 13. A year later, it was a Christmas dinner. I remember my first paycheck was $1,000. Yeah, like 12 years old. Fuck. And I remember showing my mom being like, holy fuck, what the hell? Sales, dude, just selling. Yeah. And I remember I made minimum wage like $7 an hour, $7.13 an hour, whatever it was. But then my commission, that's where I made it. Wow. So I remember the boss at dinner with the whole team. He goes, Nick, I want to give you a raise, but here's a catch. I'm going to lower your commission. And I remember the team, the guys, the installers were like, no, dude. And I'm like, what do you want to get me at? And he goes, well, I want to raise you to $10 an hour, which is great. Sure. But it was an after school job. So like, and like during a summer job, like between football and basketball practices, camps and all that stuff. Yeah. And I remember him being like, yeah, $10 an hour, but your commission's going to go from this percentage to this percentage. And I remember sitting there being like, I'm not good at math. I remember sitting there being like, there's a reason why he's offering this to me. Yeah. And I rely on commission, so no. Yeah. So I was like, I got to respectfully decline. I was 13 years old. I remember going home and being like, Mom, did I do the right thing? She goes,
making business deals.
Dude, what the like? Yeah. She goes, I work at a video store. She ran a video in a bookstore. She goes, I would never. If one of my employees did that, they'd get promoted right away. So I remember sitting there being like, okay, that's how you do things. And I mean, learning like doing the things that you weren't paid to do. It's like cleaning the bathrooms. Like when I have downtime, cleaning the TVs, get the dust off the TVs. So it became my routine. As soon as we arrived, he always taught me, if you're not here 10 minutes early, then you're 10 minutes late.
Yeah, that's an old school.
Getting there, thing. They let you in the door, clean the TVs. The smell of Windex still like comes back to like being a 12-year-old, 13 years old. Windex cleaning like windows, making sure things look good, like the presentation. And I remember going through high school, I had the job forever. I'd be hammered selling shit that day. I remember one day he smelled me. He goes, you're drinking right now. You're drinking. I was like, yeah, I'm a little hungover today. He goes, I'm not going to let you go home early. I'm going to make you stick through this. I'm going to make you shovel the parking lot. He goes, but just so you know, I can smell beer on you, and the customers can smell beer on you. And I remember being like, all right. And he was also an alcoholic, so he could easily smell it. Yeah. And so I would purposely just stick to screwdrivers in high school after that. But also like understanding like I can't go straight from a house party to a shower to like waking up on someone's couch to a shower to selling. Yeah. I learned like if I can do it that way, then it's easy for me. It's just gonna be easier if I'm not hungover. Right. So yeah, doing odd like leaving because he wouldn't give me Christmas off, and it was like my grandma's last Christmas. It was like I have to be there, so I ended up quitting on whatever. And then doing other stuff in between. Like I think like I ended up working at a clothing store for a bit. Ended up moving up there really fast. Like it was kind of like a Zoomies, like Quicksilver, Billabong, vans,
Yeah.
that crap in my hometown, and made commission there and killed it. So ended up becoming like this assistant manager, then a manager, and having fun with it. Like worked closely with like I remember I was on a video call or a conference call with Rob Dyrdek in DC because we were selling so much DC stuff. They wanted us to become like he wanted to come do a signing or something like that.
Yeah.
And then leaving there to do ranch construction, like I remember I got paid crap money but commission, but then I was like, I actually want to make like a safe dollar one day, and like
Yeah.
I want to go to college. I was 18. I was going to college, but then I dropped out because I'm like, I hate this. I want to do film, but I don't know how or where. And then so like I want to make money, invest in myself. So working on the ranch construction ended up being a really tough job, but at 18, 19, that's nothing. And then working out all the time, toxically love the gym.
Man.
And then, dude, doing like, I don't know how I was never burned out, but being like, I can do so much. I can do anything and everything. I can date, I can work out, I can work, I can get the weekends off, and like it's the life. And then ended up going to the coal mine, which is like kind of the end all be all for my hometown. Like you either end up on the rigs or coal mining. Great money, great time off. But I saw it as like, okay, our schedule is 7 on, 7 off, 4 on, 3 off, 7 on, 7 off, 4 on, 3 off. So it's like, oh, all that time we worked half the year, we worked half the month. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take all my time and travel, figure that out. So I spent that time investing myself. I accumulated over a couple of years enough of vacation time to take 2 months off. And then when you quit, when you put your 2 weeks in, they just don't make you work your 2 weeks. They just pay you for the 2 weeks. So like basically 2 months altogether. Ended up like traveling and moving back into their parents, paid my car off, saved up money to go to Seattle, literally got drunk at my parents' Christmas party, threw a dart. I'm like, I'm so tired of why. Like I got to do my thing. I got to move somewhere to film, do this stuff, do creative work. Like I can't be coal mining.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up at an oil rig next. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to be rich. I just want to do something fun.
Yeah.
And like I had my uncle in New York, his boyfriend was in movies and he had Tony Awards for Broadway musicals. Like he was on Broadway, and I'm like, this is a whole different life that I want so badly. And I remember I blindfolded myself, threw dart at our world map in our basement. It like landed in the Pacific Ocean, and I was like, fuck, dude. I don't think I could. Like I'm not gonna move to Hawaii. So I was like, Seattle's good. Seattle's good.
Dude, I don't think I can move to the Pacific Ocean.
Dude. It's like Seattle's close enough. So I'm like, Seattle's got to be creative. The music scene, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Went to Seattle for like a week by myself. Got a hotel room to stay downtown. Ate the best sushi. Like looked at some jobs, applied for some jobs. Got a call back from them. So I'm like, let's do it. So went back to Wyoming for a little bit. Then ended up moving back to Seattle. The business went under. No, I forgot. The background check took forever. The background. They didn't think I was an actual coal miner, and they didn't think I actually worked on a ranch. They thought it was weird that I was like a coal miner, a rancher.
Yeah.
Then I also worked like my resume was so weird.
Yeah.
So I called them like, hey, I'm still waiting. I moved here, blah, blah. They go, yeah, like we're trying to figure it out.
We think this is fake.
Dude, I literally went from like making $80K a year at the coal mine, never having to really work, to like nothing. I paid off all my my car, all my stuff I had. Ended up like living in this nice apartment with a roommate who was like my friend at the time, or one of my best friends actually, his cousin. Anyways, sat for like a few months with just trying to find any like film creative. The town I moved to ended up being like my hometown, very hodunky, very redneck, very MAGA, style stuff, but like outside of Seattle. Then I can never afford to go into Seattle because like it's still an hour and a half away from where I was living.
Right.
So I couldn't find the community I could like I wanted. So ended up like couldn't even afford a date. Didn't date anyone for like that 3 months. It was lonely as hell. I sat in my room and played video games.
Yeah.
Ate chicken and rice every day, dude. If I was spoiling myself, I'd get pizza rolls. I'd get something like that. So I might have tonight actually. Yeah. But then like being fed up and then being told like, hey, this company saw my resume, was like, hey, I actually worked security to end up getting a job doing some security stuff. One of my favorite jobs. I met from my best friends for that job. It was so cool. $10 an hour. Yeah. Sucked. Getting paid $10 an hour, but having to like drive everywhere, and I was so poor, dude. But then going to Chicago and getting promised a marketing job to like, do film and photography, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna get my wheels back going. But then that ends up being like, I remember they promised me, they go, yeah, you're gonna get paid $15 an hour under the table. But you're also gonna get at least 50 hours a week. I'm like, dude, I'm calculating. I'm being like, I can afford my own place in Chicago. Like, this isn't a rule. I'm gonna live here.
Yeah.
Applied for an apartment, got it. Got there. I only got like maybe 4 hours a week at minimum wage taxed.
What?
Dude, I was so poor. I ended up being to pay my rent. I ended up renovating houses for my landlord. That's the only reason I was allowed to live where I lived. But I lived in the closet of a 3-story house that was an apartment each level.
Yeah.
So I was literally like in a closet a third of the size of this room. It was where like the furnace for all 3 levels were.
Yeah.
So the guy I ended up working for, they just had a baby. The chiropractors, they just had a baby. They're on the 3rd floor. They're fighting all the time, plus a new baby, so noise all the time. Then the floor above us was this gay couple who had sex and fought all the time. Then there's us. So like I'm at night just hearing fighting and screaming and fucking. Fighting, screaming, and fucking. And I'm just like, this fucking sucks. And being like, I have to get out of here, dude. I got to do something.
Yeah.
I love Chicago. I loved, like, I dated a couple times there, but I was like, I love the city, but I can't afford to, like, have a camera. I can't afford to do anything. So I got
so you didn't
out.
have any camera experience yet.
I also didn't have a credit card. Like, to
Yeah.
get to what I'm at now, like,
That's
I had to have a
crazy.
credit card.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't view debt, like, debt was impossible for me. Like, my family never had debt. I don't do debt.
Right.
I got paid for my own school out of pocket, do all those things.
Wow.
And then I end up going, my old company, the security company goes, hey, do you want to come to Arizona? Or do you want to come back with us and work with us? We want to like, we just want you to come back. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, I was able to negotiate my pay. But I was like, I also don't want to come back to Seattle, but I want to go to Phoenix. I knew Phoenix was closer to LA.
Yeah.
And there was an opening in Southern California, but it was still like an hour or 2 away from LA. Still so expensive. So I'm like, Phoenix. I can do some odd jobs here and there, like whenever I could. So when I moved to Phoenix, it was still like 4 hours away. So like my girlfriend at the time worked, she was a higher up at Enterprise, so I was able to get a free rental.
Nice.
Ended up like getting SAG credits as an actor and a video editor.
Whoa.
Doing free work. I was basically driving, renting. After we broke up, I ended up having to rent cars. So I was like, probably per trip was cost me like $500, but I'd stay on a friend's couch, just learning it. Like I was on a set for a YouTube show that ended up going under because the main actor ended up killing himself before we could do any reshoots.
Whoa.
Then like it was the director, the producer, and a couple actors. They all lived together. Then after the main actor killed themselves in the house, they all like kind of split up. One became a Mormon in Utah. One just realized they couldn't afford LA, and they ended up. They're an accountant now near Seattle. Then I don't know where the rest are. One moved to Japan. I saw her recently on an airplane. I'm like, do you remember me? She goes, what the fuck? She lives in Japan, just doing Japanese stuff, like teaching English to Japanese kids. But anyways, like I had all these SAG credits, but I went for to edit videos. You don't have to be there to edit videos, but I wanted to be there to learn how to hold a boom.
Yeah.
Why do they hold it like this? Why? Like, what equipment do you use? What's a field recorder? What cameras are you using? How are you doing these things? And we all got SAG credits. So we had so many people volunteering, like the set designer. They were all willing to. We had a guy who was a cinematographer for GQ's YouTube channel and Marvel, and he was like, I think he worked on the first couple Iron Mans, and that's how I've heard of him.
Wow.
And he was like teaching me how to use a body cam, like the whole rig with a body cam.
Yeah.
And it was like putting in the time to learn these things and do these things. Like I got the bug right there. It was like, this is fucking it, dude.
Yeah.
The cinematographer now lives in Breckenridge, so I'm gonna meet up with him soon to like get beers and catch up.
Nice.
And like creating, like I saw how in LA they created this community. They were all pretty skeevy kids, like talking shit behind their backs. It's LA.
Yeah, totally.
But like seeing all these like theater kids come together and do their passion for free because they wanted to get somewhere, but they wanted to help each other get to the next step. Like I looked at it, I'm like, dude, I gotta be part of this.
Yeah.
When it all broke up and unfortunately it all went to crap, like I was able to give all the actors their reels for like other gigs.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I want to be that. I want to be that director, that producer. I want to act. Like I've been acting a little bit more, but like, dude, I think Denver has those people that want to be part of that. Like,
Totally.
I'd love to have you join us for shit, dude. Like,
Yeah, would love to. Yeah.
and then
dude.
you're starting with yourself, dude. So like,
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, I'd rather have that
Dude.
versus the people who work with these other things.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, I think Denver is just like fertile ground for like with all the creatives that we have here.
Dude.
There's just like nobody like doing
Yeah.
the industry stuff that like makes makes something that like people can be like, oh, look at what Denver's making, like,
and we're doing it, dude.
We're doing it. Yeah.
And we're all like collaborating.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to work.
It's dope.
You're not working for me, but you're working with me. Like, Jacob's a contractor.
Right.
I contract him out to edit podcasts and edit clips and do things for me.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the employee world. I believe in the contracting. I believe in, like, one, it saves me money for healthcare and whatever, but
yeah,
like, you should have the ability to have your free time. You have a salary, you have a set salary. It's like, oh, you want to come do the show, here's what I could pay you. Like, here's what Adam Kane Holm pays me to photograph a show. Here's what Blonde Medicine pays me to do his comedy special. Here's what I pay myself to do a comedy special. Like, I contract myself out. Like, that's what I believe in. Like, creating that team that wants to be there every time.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
do you have a tax person that you could recommend me?
I do. Yeah,
okay,
I'll
great.
send you. Yeah, she's awesome. She's like built for
good
creatives. She's awesome. She gets my stuff done very timely. I'm usually, like, my birthday is tax day, so I always know I have to get them done on my birthday.
Oh yeah.
But like, and a lot of creatives, a lot of businesses, like a lot of comics don't give me their tax stuff until close to the deadline. So
yeah.
Which screws you over, because I would get it done by January 30th if I could.
Right.
Or
yeah,
like
dude.
February 2nd.
Yeah,
but, like,
I just registered Raspberry Cat last year.
Cool.
And I was like, okay, but I'm like, am I making a mistake right now? Like, because like I was like scared about like this time where it's like, now I gotta fucking file shit and like.
So yeah, I always did my own taxes until the last couple. Once I opened my studio, that's when I was different, because I had so much to write off.
Right.
Before that, it was like, yeah, I bought a camera, I can write that off. I just keep your receipts.
Yeah.
But now, like, my tax person, like, showed me the app to get to track your mileage. My tax person showed me where, she's like, why are you collecting all your expenses? If you have Chase Bank, but you're sending all these receipts for dinners and stuff, open up a business. I was using my personal business account for everything.
Yeah.
Just open up a business account, and then you can categorize it. You can see it's automatically categorized for food, for gas, and then it's already done for you.
Yeah,
and
totally.
you just give me the number, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
She still gives you a worksheet that, like, you type it in, like, XLR cables, $300.
Yeah.
For the year. It's like photo paper, $200.
Yeah.
That way, like, if something comes back, you audited, they just give you
there
that.
it is.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you her stuff. Too.
Okay, cool. It's cool that you
that's
have
what I
like.
wish I had.
Yeah. It's cool that you have like all these like people who give you advice and that like sharpen you. You know, like you got your business manager, you got your therapist, you got your like all these people that give you advice and
I will say
keep you growing.
I will say I did fire my business coach, because he was
business coach.
older, but he never understood why I was going to open a studio. He never understood like the going the debt thing. But now that I've been doing, I go back to him every once in a while. He's pretty expensive now, but now that I go back to him every once in a while, he's like, dude, I will never tell you not to do anything ever again. It's changing his perspective on what to tell people. He's like, I'm just going to give you advice of like how you should how you should spend your time with business and work life, how you should raise your prices, how you should do, like, he's given me so much value in certain places, but starting the studio is the best thing I could have done for mental health. No, but then that means I got a therapist, But
yeah, totally.
Now that the new studio that we have now it's this awesome space. It's a cool hangout.
Yeah.
I can be upstairs, they can be downstairs, vice versa. Like, we have this really beautiful space. But now that we don't have this venue, then it's adding more. It's like, shit, dude. I tell my parents they ask me what I pay. They think my rent for where I live is ridiculous. Like, it's less, but they also live in Wyoming. But then they're like, yeah, how much is your rent at the studio? I was like, this much. They go, what the fuck? Then I don't even want to tell them about the new place until they come to a show. Yeah. Because when I tell them about the new place, they're like, dude, that is like what we would make in a month. Yeah. So it's like,
totally.
Not even that. Like, it's like, the new place is just ridiculous, but it's all the investment in yourself. As long as you believe in yourself, dude. Yeah. I will tell people never to subject yourself to any less than what you believe, because there are the scary moments. Like, even today, I was a little anxious because I'm like, man, new place. We could probably be doing it soon, but that means I have to get like a waitress. It means I have to get a kitchen staff, not just Chef Pat. Like, I have to get a food runner. Like, I have to get these things. I'm like, this is a whole. Yeah. This is more than just contracting people.
Once you start unboxing, you're like, oh fuck. There's a lot. There's like, a lot to deal with here.
But like leaning on people, dude. That's like kind of what I want to finish all that on, is like learning to ask like David Rodriguez advice about what they're doing. Even asking Ben Bryant, like you never know what you're doing until you get into it, because you learn as you go, dude. You
Yeah, it's
learn as
true.
you go.
It's
So,
true. What's something you think is underrated?
Working for yourself. 100%. I mean, so many things are underrated. Working for yourself.
Yeah.
I think that YouTube tutorials are underrated. Man, so many things. I kind of talked about this the other day. So many things are underrated. So many things are overrated, but I think being underrated is just working for yourself.
Yeah, totally.
No one does that. I think you need a passion project. I told my girlfriend the other day, I'm like, you love skincare, you look into skincare.
Yeah.
Doing some of skincare.
Yeah.
Like, because we're looking for alternatives. Like everyone drinks now. Everyone goes out and does drinks and this and that. Like, what do we do besides going to a brewery every weekend? It's like, well, focus a little passion project on starting something you want to do.
Yeah.
I think art is completely underrated. I think that no one goes to enough museums or exhibits or buys enough art.
Yeah.
I think art and working for yourself.
I wish I could buy everything that Tice makes.
Dude, Jeff.
I wish I could.
Dude, Rory Scovel sent me a video the other day of all his art he's done, because we talked about doing something in the studio for like them and then doing a show, like an auction type thing. But Rory goes, I want a space
Yeah.
that like I can do some weird shit in. So I'm like, okay, well, I texted him the other day, I'm like, wait for what's coming up.
Yeah.
But he sent me a video, like a video tour going down his steps of all this art, just sitting on his floor, dude. Those
I can't even
two,
imagine.
and like even Katie Bowman, dude, she made this art of Winnie that I fucking fell in love with and I printed. There's this other person that just goes. She goes to comedy shows. Her name's Hasna. She lives in Portland now.
Yeah.
But she made a picture online. I'm like, I want to buy that. So I bought a couple of her art pieces and framed it. There's this other artist this tattoo artist that did my leg that did this snake that I'm like, I want to buy that. It's like supporting artists.
Yeah.
Ups their game, and like showing them the value.
Yeah.
And even if their tattoos are $200 an hour, like fuck it, their value is good. Like,
Yeah.
they need that. Like, understanding the value is also underrated. People will be like, that's too expensive. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
I still support, like, go to the movies and spend all the money you can, because you're not gonna have theaters.
Yeah.
I'll spend $50 to go to a movie. I'll go to Alamo Draft House. I'll have a fucking chocolate shake.
Yep.
I'll have a soda. I might get a beer.
Yeah.
I'll have a fucking buffet because I want to support.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm hungry or something, So,
Yeah. Dude.
but yeah, supporting the arts, like, dude, like Gus Ray. That's Noah Reynolds' brother.
Oh yeah.
Gus is so good. We just did a project with him and his brother, or his buddy Graham. They painted a basketball court mural, and I just played basketball on it today, actually.
Whoa.
And it's so cool. We did these awesome drone shots. We did this like video to promote it. They got all the fundraising they needed. The trade-off was they're gonna do a mural in the studio.
Nice.
And they're both so good the way they collaborated on it. Like Gus is doing I think he's in Budapest or something right now, doing a pop-up there, a studio there.
Yeah.
Renting out like a studio. And so like he sold a bunch of wood like trays, like it could be for your weed, you could be like, and all around it, you just change something you put on your coffee table.
Yeah.
He made them, then he painted them, sanded them, did this thing, and he's selling those for $100, which at first I'm like, fuck, dude. But then it's like, dude, I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, totally.
What's $100? Like, I'd rather have stuff my friends made.
Yeah.
That might look funny and wonky versus like something off Amazon for some shit.
I totally agree. Yeah, I have a wood cutting board that Cody Cardinal made. He's a Fort Collins comic.
That rules.
From back in the day. Yeah, and I was like, dude, you make these? Like, that's sick. Like,
if he
I
still
want
makes
one.
them, I'd love to buy one because I need one.
Yeah, I forget. It's the name of the is burned onto the board. So I'll look it up. I think it's like Wordford.
I've met
something.
Cody a couple times. If
Yeah.
he's still doing it, I'll reach out to him.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
It's like buying
but stuff like that. Yeah, I love that.
Buying merch, your friend's merch.
Yeah.
I have so much comic merch
too.
that I don't wear them.
Yeah,
I'm like,
me too.
BK, how many fucking shirts do I need of your shit?
Yeah.
How many comedy Fort sweatshirts do I have? Like,
Yeah.
but like, I will always support the shit out of comics, dude. Like whenever at Comedy Works, I'd help them with like the merch tables for comics. They'd always want to like tip me out, but I'm like, dude, no. They tip me out, I'd buy the shirt right back. Just give me a free shirt.
Yeah,
keep
for
the
real.
money. Just give me a shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Do I want a Mikey Winfield shirt? No, I fucking don't, dude. But someone got it at some ARC store and was like, this rules. But it's like, I will support the shit out of it.
Yeah,
so.
100%. Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, we've talked about stretching yourself this whole podcast, but like, is there anything specific that has kind of pushed you out of your comfort zone a little bit recently?
Like every time I send anything out to anyone now, I think that my confidence, that's what I'm learning. I got to learn my confidence is good. Sometimes I'll edit shit where I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm never every time being like, yep, this is what they're getting. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like my comfort zone, I just did a wedding. I don't do weddings. I've done a few. I've done some like no pressure, really cool photos in Vegas of elopements. I love doing really cool shit like that. Like I bought Jacob and Miriam, I bought them a bottle of champagne. We walked around Vegas and took photos. Dude, the photos are so sick.
Oh man.
My favorite thing is doing things that have no pressure, but when you do a wedding where there's like the bride and the bride's mom and like people wanting to see the photos after you take them, or like like a real wedding that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. I did a pretty big wedding recently for Stephen AJ, the comic.
Yeah.
But I can do either or.
Yeah.
But he asked if I could do both, and I said yeah. That's where I'm like, I kind of doing everything, dude.
That's
It's
hard.
just,
That's a lot.
so yeah, comfort zone was just, man, even like getting back into headshots. I've recently just did Brent Gill's headshots where I'm like, okay, I'm back in it.
Yeah.
Like, it took a few people for me to be like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out the new lighting for the studio. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, this is a dream because it's dark and you can get bounce and stuff.
Yeah, and I can put shit wherever I want.
Exactly,
Yeah.
dude. So like one thing would be cool is if you got white board paper, even just like cardboard, whatever. You put it on top, you get such good bounce off that.
Oh man,
dude.
that's a good
You get
idea.
crazy bounce.
That's a really good idea.
I usually would take my old studio, the white wall,
Yeah.
and get bounce off of that. I took these photos during high plains where I was kind of experimenting. I was experimenting as I go.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'm getting out of my comfort zone is like leaning on people, asking people versus learning myself. That is probably the biggest one. To answer that question, leaning on people and asking advice.
Yeah.
Like Tice being anything of like, dude, you do Illustrator. How do you use your pen tool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like, dude, you guys freelance. What made you get out of your corporate gig to freelance? And he was Jeff Tice was one of the people who like really, him and Jessica Curson. Dude, IDK kind of came from Jessica Curson. But the business kind of came from Jeff because he left his corporate gig with a partner and they started a side business. And he's like, yeah, we underbid to Nike. They will hire us because we went 80,000 under whatever, but because of what we can show for what we've done, 2 people can do what 20 people at the business do.
That's
so
huge.
We're making more money. But I'm also,
huge.
Whenever I see a TikTok or some of him showing his artwork, I'm like, you have a kid, you've got a wife, you're on tour, and you're painting, and you have your job. Like, how are you balanced? And he's the coolest guy in the world, dude. I look up to him more than he knows.
Yeah.
And
same.
Sometimes when I'm like really worn out, I'm like, how the fuck is he doing it? Then I'm like, I remember him told me a while ago, like, don't overdo yourself. So that's one thing that I'm learning is like, I do get anxiety though, because some of our clients, dude, one got laid off a week ago, so they can't do podcasts anymore. So I'm like, hey, let's do a couple months without, like, don't even worry about it. Then after that, we can talk about payment. But then you're gonna end up paying what I charge in a couple months. But like investing in them, like believing in them is a huge customer service thing that you said.
Yeah.
But getting out of the comfort zone of like, not everything's just business now. Like, I got to go back to the roots of being that 12-year-old or 13-year-old and researching what the fucking amplifier is and why that amplifier. Or dude, don't even. There's been times where people have come to me and being like, "Hey, dude, what do you charge for this?" I'm like, "Nah, man, like I'm not the style you'd look for." I've done that a few times. Doing that, saying no, dude. Saying no is so hard.
Yeah.
However, it's been a good investment for me personally because it's been giving me time to chill.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
Yeah,
dude, I love that. Cool. Just a couple of quick ones, and then we'll get you out of here. What are LUTs? What are they?
LUTs are the most. However, I've created something I've given to people. LUTs are the most. If you're starting and with doing things, get LUTs. Buy LUTs. It's the color of photos. They're little plugins you can add into your photo, your video stuff. However, I create my own LUTs. I remember I bought some LUTs online and I learned to use those because whenever you buy something off a website that says it's going to look like this from this to this.
Yeah.
They never look that way when you put your own shit in there. So I learned very quickly to adjust those LUTs and then create my own LUTs. So like my Lightroom, dude, has probably over 300 LUTs for like HQ has their own LUTs. The Bug Theater has their own LUTs. My old studio has its own LUTs. The Comedy Fort has their own LUTs. My studio has like 20 different LUTs right now because I'm trying to figure out audience versus stage versus whatever.
So you can just take it, put it on whatever you're working on,
Drag
and
on
because
something.
you've already, so it's basically a preset.
It's a preset that expedites the process of any
It's
editing.
kind of, yeah, because it's kind of in Lightroom you can copy and paste your edit settings.
Yeah.
That's basically a LUT,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
like on DaVinci, I tried a LUT today, one of their built-in LUTs, where you just drag and drop, immediately Command Z, undo it.
Yeah, it fucks
Hated
it all up.
It didn't
Yeah.
look like a Kodak camera at all. It looked like an overwashed orangey film. Like, ew.
Yeah.
And I shoot raw, so like a lot of it I can do that. But basically, after I did that, I'm like, how am I going to color correct to what he sent me for what he wants his wedding video to look like? I'm like, okay, he really likes the dark tones. They're African American, so I have to be true to their color. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to do like wedding photos like very gray, like very like green, flat green stuff.
Yeah.
That's their style. It's not me. I like to have things a little more cinematic, a little blue, like a little pop, whatever. So I just ended up like going through each scene. I find the first thing of each scene, or actually the way I work, my workflow is the last thing I shot. If I'm shooting a crowd photo, especially photo, if I'm shooting a crowd, the last photo is the photo I want. So whenever I go to my photos to drag into Lightroom, I go to the last photo first because I know that's what I wanted, or in that realm. The first photo is never the best one. Sometimes it is, but the last photo is the one I usually use.
Yeah.
So my workflow is there, but I usually get the LUT. Like,
I hate shooting the crowd.
dude, I've overspent on some really nice lenses that can shoot pretty good in the crowd, but it's just being as still as possible. Or if you have a chance to get a monopod,
Yeah.
a lot of sports photographers get monopods, and I'm like, why are they using monopods? It looks stupid. Stillness.
Yeah.
We just filmed a crowd work special on New Year's Eve, monopods, just no shake, just still as fuck.
Yeah.
So, but I like the crowd, but that special, I created my own LUT for that because I'm like, okay, I want it to be dark in the back, but not too dark. I want it to kind of fade up to the front. I purposely put a light bar up top. That way the crowd's kind of lit up a little bit more than usual at the
okay.
Comedy Fort. So
That's a good idea.
then I had to color it to, I had to make sure it matched the other side. So when we're shooting someone in the back there, it matches the person here.
Right.
But then I think that, again, a LUT is something that you create to expedite your workflow
Yeah.
in terms of color for anything you're doing.
Yeah.
However, I believe people should create their own. Buy one to set your base, then go from there, and then study your settings. Like, see why things are flat. I drag something. My workflow now, whenever I create my own LUT, is I'll drag a bar and I'll go across all the way. Then I go back. Then I'll stop where I think I want it. Then I go back. Then I'll fine tune something and then I get it where I want it.
Yeah.
So even like 51st Jokes the other night, I didn't feel good and I edited them so weird that night.
Yeah.
And the next day I'm like, what the fuck did I do? But the lighting in the bug kind of changed. And they
Yeah.
kind of have more of a spotlight, so they're pretty washed out. So I ended up creating another LUT. So the bug has like 3 different LUTs. There's like the bug green room. There's the bug backstage because they're so dark.
Oh man.
There's a Comedy Fort green room. There's Comedy Fort
Yeah.
backstage. Like all these different LUTs, dude. Like the basement in the new studio is very different.
Yeah. Wow.
I think that everyone should create their own.
Yeah.
They should buy a LUT from a professional.
Yeah.
Just to see where like $20 will get you a whole pack of shit.
Yeah.
And then create your own LUTs from there. I think
That's cool.
color correcting is so important to
Yeah.
knowing what you're going to film next and how your settings are when you film. So
Yeah. Do you mess with the S curve at all?
yeah.
Okay. I'm bad at that.
I
don't get it.
mess with the S curve. I mean, I didn't either, but whenever people say learn S curve, just dragging things around,
Yeah.
figuring out the S curve of why,
Yeah.
again, why and how. I don't mess with it too much, but like especially when it comes to video, I'll definitely mess with it. I'll get a lot of happy accidents by doing that. Like Adam Kane Holland special, I remember like trying to figure out because we had the worst. I think Jeff Stonick ended up having like a light like this, but like a third of the size of it.
These are I think these are almost the same lights that Jeff has.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it only we did a red light, but I liked doing a red light here to light them up more because all you've been to that bar.
Yeah.
All lines
it's so
there had
dark.
was like a couple little lamp lights, but one of them was out.
Oh.
And so we had nothing we could put our lights on. So I'm like, what do we do? And so something changed, but we went and looked at it to the day we had to set up it. They changed something. So I'm like, we can't do that. What do we do? So luckily Jeff brought his thing, which there's that neon sign that has the PAPS sign that's in the crowd. I was able to color correct that red light to match that. So it looked like that neon sign was facing him. So it looked like he was in a dive bar. I took the shadows and turned them a little flat and green. Because the flatter you go, the more you can up your nerd talk. No one's gonna listen to this, but the more you can up your shadows.
Yeah.
So if you look at the before and after, I remember showing Adam being like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Whoa.
He goes, "I was so worried about lighting," but he hired a makeup artist and all these things for it. So he wanted to look good, and I knew the value he was gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of the way that color corrected. And then Rory had me film something at the Comedy Fort night, and I loved how I color corrected that.
Yeah.
But the crowd kind of sucked. It was like one of those weird one-man show that people coming from Wyoming and northern Colorado have no idea who the fuck.
Yeah.
Have no idea what they're about into. So like at one point he like he picked up the stool and he wrapped his quarter on the stool and he started talking about tigers, and the crowd wasn't good. I couldn't do the next night, so we couldn't use the footage. I have a clip from it still because I love the way it looked.
Yeah.
But
I've laughed some of the hardest I've ever laughed watching Rory.
He's the best, dude.
Yeah.
He is
He's the GOAT.
I learned that the girl I'm seeing, she produced a Chipotle commercial with him. She goes, "How do you know Rory?"
Really?
Like, Rory lives here. She goes, "Rory Scofield lives here?" She goes, "I did a commercial where he like played piano, but he's inside someone's stomach." And I'm like, she goes, "He was so funny." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. He's that in real life. He's just the coolest guy."
Yeah, that's so cool. What is the key to success?
I mean, fuck. You said earlier, leaning on people. I think not being afraid to ask questions, not being like letting your guard down and not like being humble.
Yeah.
Being a good person and not being a shit talker, I'll hear people from other clubs shit talking people because they worked with us, or shit talking anyone, and I will never work with those people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's just being a good person, dude. Being motivated, being driven, willing to help other people out. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's easy question. Yeah.
Okay. What's the key to your heart?
Man, the people around me and food.
Nice.
My dog.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll be frustrated. I'll look at my dog. I'm like,
yeah, you're right. It's all good.
So yeah, that for sure.
Yeah, and they have no concept of anything. Then they're just smiling at you because they love you.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll have to meet my dog after this.
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite time of day?
Night. I'm such a night owl, dude.
Yeah.
I'll text an idea to my girlfriend at 1 a.m. She's like, "Dude, how late were you up?" I'm like,
yeah.
I'll try to be in bed by 10.
Yeah.
But then again, you sit there and you just think, and you're like, "I got this idea." It's like when you have a dream and you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, "I'll think of it tomorrow," and you go back to bed and you don't remember it.
Yeah.
I'll have ideas like that. Like during our live YouTube podcast tonight, I looked at Jacob and I was like, "I had an idea yesterday. I forgot to tell you." So he texted me real quick, and I'm this idea guy.
Yeah.
My business coach is like, "You are such a Steve Jobs in terms of like he had me read a book that's so good, but it's like Steve Jobs' life, and he's like, you need your whys to kind of implement. Like you have the ideas, but you should have the person that puts it together, and you shouldn't do everything. That's when you're gonna wear yourself out.
Yeah,
I love ideas. I have a note like comics do when you're writing down ideas when you're at the bar and you're somewhere and you're like, "Fuck, I got that idea."
Yeah,
I do that with film ideas. I'll be in a taxi in New York, and I'll be like, "Why am I in a taxi now?" So then I'm like, "Oh, I want to do like a 30-minute short film about like being back in time." But then I won't be discreet. I won't be invested enough to be like, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll remember that." But then the next day I'll be in line at legal
that's
piece.
How it always
like,
happens.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Yeah. Because in your head it always like, oh man,
I'm
like
gonna remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, man, I always have ideas. Jacob's so good because he implements a lot of those. He kind of knows where I'm at now with stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like we'll be in meetings. We had a meeting the other day, and Jacob and I were like talking to this guy about a special. Hopefully we land in April, and we're like, "Yeah, dude, we have these ideas, but we didn't know how to articulate them." And he's like, I can tell it got kind of quiet, and Jacob and I looked at each other like, yeah. Like we just trust us. Like,
yeah,
we'll put something together and show you what we can do. So
yeah, that's also hard. Going back to like leaning on people or like instructing, like if you're trying to tell someone how to do something, and like to you it's like common sense, or it's like obviously this goes here or whatever, like, and then it's like, but then they don't know that, so then you have to explain it without being condescending and without sounding like an asshole. That's
what I want. I mean, the next thing I want us to learn, I would love to get. I have an animator friend who made our animation. That you've probably seen the guy fall and hits like the IDK and it.
Oh yeah.
And we put on our specials and stuff. He's good with storyboarding, and I would really love to have a storyboard person on our team to kind of be able to storyboard something for someone to be like, here's what it's going to look like. Here's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
That way it's like, oh yeah, landed it. You're good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we'll go do a special and they'll be like, oh, now I see what you're doing at the special. Where it's like, I'd rather have them have the confidence then.
Right.
Like, I had to build a whole backdrop, and we just filmed the special for
Kind
Jackie.
of like Mad Men.
Dude.
Like advertising.
The way you pitch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my partner, she's a producer for commercial stuff. She's like, you need this, you have to do this, you need this. I'm like, fuck. It's so overwhelming, but I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Man.
yeah, I'd love to get a storyboard artist and like building that team of people who like you trust and like are willing to work with you and like getting to that next level of stuff. So
Totally.
if I could draw, like I used to be a drawer and a painter when I was young, but like that was high school. Like I'm painting again, but like I can't storyboard, dude. Jeff Tice is like, dude, you don't have to like be good with it. It's like, no. I'd rather have like a good sketch artist, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
draw something up like quick, whatever, like messy, but like,
That's their wheelhouse.
yeah, I would get. I'm a perfectionist where
Yeah.
I would get too particular and too weird. And
Yeah, and that's like, oh, time's up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's not done.
exactly. That's one thing I'm learning is like
Sometimes good enough is
giving it
good
off to
enough.
other people. Giving it off to other people is like,
Yeah,
So
totally, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, thank you so much for doing the pod.
this rules, man. I'm proud
This has
of
been
you.
great.
This is so
Thanks,
sick.
dude.
You've asked me questions over the years where it's like, yeah, dude, literally come hang anytime.
Dude, I will be.
Hassan was down yesterday just seeing how I was editing the podcast because he was one of the cameramen. He's like, I just want to see how you're gonna edit that. I want to see how you're gonna do it. So
Dude, I will be. You're
come
gonna,
hang
you're
or
gonna see me all
come
the
to a
time now.
show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Where could people find you and learn more about you?
Dude IDK Studios in Denver, Colorado. Dude 1DK on Instagram. Dude IDK was taken and they have never responded to my emails and DMs. So
Yeah.
Dude 1DK is kind of our like low key everything at Dude 1DK, but all the Denver comedy YouTube. We put all of the specials out on their channel, so we advertise the crap out of our shows and their specials on our Instagram. So
Hell yeah, dude.
we're creating a TikTok. We had a meeting yesterday. Miriam's gonna run our TikTok. So
Oh, let's go. Right
we'll
on.
See. We'll see. But
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, we say stay stretchy for the folks.
Stay stretchy.
Hell yeah.
Does anyone ever stretch?
No, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Nick.